teeth.
Yo, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry I'm late. It's not my fault. I'm kidding. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion. This is episode number 13 of season number 2. I'm super excited to, start today's episode. So excited that I'm getting nervous, like always. For those that have not been on the show, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a podcast that I started about a year and 6-7 months ago. I always get mixed up as when I, decided to do it, and just went for it. And I stopped for maybe a couple of months just I got busy. I got busy with all these events and stuff, and I decided to do it again. And we've already done 13 episodes since I started about 2 months ago. And I did make the switch over to YouTube just because I wanted to do something more serious, because I was on Twitch before. And people have been asking me to post the 28 episodes that we did for first season. And I don't know if I want to, because, we could talk about that another time. But again, thank you for those that are tuning in. And let me just get these cameras ready. But for those in the chat that have not said hi yet, what's up? Thank you guys for being here. And we're going to get the show on the road. Today's guest is someone that I met, I would say, less than a year ago, if I'm not mistaken, right? Roughly. And I actually met her and her trio, or the guys, at an event that I was hired to mix. I wasn't sure what I was walking into, and thankfully it was a group that knows what they're doing, and it made my life easier, and everything worked. Sounded beautiful, and ever since, we've kept in contact. And I remember a couple of months ago I told her, hey, I would love for you to come on the show, and now it's happening, and I'm very happy to be able to do this. So before I introduce our next guest, I have a little something that I did right for the introduction, and I'm going to switch it over here to the other camera, to the other screen over here, so I could read it. So give me 1 sec. All right, I just had to unmute our mic. Anyways, let me switch this over here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is proof that presence is not about size, it's about impact. Known as a pocket rocket, Astrid Ripepi is a powerful multi-instrumentalist with a voice and energy that has taken her to stages all over the world. She started a musical journey at the age of 3, quickly standing out with top honors in piano and music theory before graduating from the Western Australian Academy of the Performing Arts. From there, she's built a career that blends skills, passion, and a real connection with the audience. Astrid has released both solo and collab music, including City of Angels with Wasteland, along with her own singles White Lies and Gone. She is also no stranger to the big stages, performing on The Voice Australia, opening for George Benson, and even working alongside Beyoncé's band. That's pretty cool right there. Now based in Toronto, she works as a music director and a talent manager while continuing to perform, create, and collaborate with artists across the city. She's an artist, a leader, and a force in music. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we get to hear her story. So please help me welcoming Astrid Ripepi. How are you?
Hi.
How's everything?
I am good. Wow, what an introduction.
I know, right? Thank you. Hold on, let me raise your mic a little bit.
Okay. Is it good now? Is it good now? Is it good now? Is it good now? How about now?
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank
Right.
you so much.
Let me change the camera because I'm talking to myself. Sorry. How are you?
Oh, good. I am so good. I am so honored to be here, Jonah.
I know, man. Long time going.
Well, yeah. I've been so excited for this day, which says something, because I don't usually feel excitement in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I usually feel it in real time. I don't know, I'm weird. And then with grief, I feel it delayed. But I was really excited about today. So I don't know what that says about you, Jonah. So
I'm a little bit of both. I'm excited. I'm nervous. As you can tell, I'm probably sweating and everything.
Okay.
Just because I'm trying to, I'm not used to the spotlight still. It's still something new to me,
Okay. Okay.
But for those that are watching, again, guys, don't be shy. I know people back home are probably still sleeping. But those that are watching,
you mean my home?
Yes,
my
your
home?
Your home.
Yes.
Which is how many hours again? How many hours?
12.
Difference? 12 hours.
12
so right now
hours.
it's 7 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I think you should call everybody and wake them up.
No, we'll be here for a while.
Awesome. Maybe like 3 or 4 hours. Anyways, we're going to get the show on the road. I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. So whatever pops up to your mind, I need you just to say it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pass, you definitely say pass.
Okay.
And you ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Let me change this camera here. All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Vintage or new?
Let's go Neil.
Super Mario Brothers or Zelda?
I have to say Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, there's
Just pick one.
people who drive below the speed limit.
Okay, does that mean you have a heavy foot?
No, just at least drive the speed limit.
Okay, no problem, no problem. What is your current TV character obsession? If you have one.
I don't have one.
No? Okay. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. I am blanking. I know. Pass. Sorry.
Okay, no problem, no problem. What is your biggest fear?
Doing time for a crime I didn't do.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you feel extreme happiness?
Anything thrill oriented.
Okay.
Adrenaline.
What is the weirdest item currently in your bag?
It's not weird to me, but it's probably weird to everybody else. My metal straw.
Okay.
My vocal straw.
All right, we're gonna talk about that later. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see right here. What is your favorite holiday?
Ooh, Fiji.
Fiji?
Yeah,
What's that?
my favorite holiday,
Yeah.
like where I went to Fiji.
Oh, to Fiji. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
No, I meant like favorite holiday season. My
Oh,
bad. Sorry.
It's an Aussie thing with holidays, vacation.
Yeah, gotcha.
Favorite holiday would be Christmas.
Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite part of your daily routine?
The morning
Okay,
before work.
of course. Okay, hold on. One more question here. Let's do this one. What is your favorite thing about yourself?
That's hard to answer. So I have to talk about myself.
Okay.
My favorite thing I love about myself? I guess, like aesthetically, you mean, or
Whatever comes to mind.
Oh, okay. Well, what comes to mind is my hair, because it's not naturally straight, so I
Okay.
get the best of.
Both worlds?
Yeah, I get to rock the curls naturally, and then
Okay.
I get to straighten them all out as well.
Okay. Good response. If it works for you, it works for me. Thank you for those in the chat. We have Maine is here. We have Adam. Adam asked the question, why don't you like tacos?
So Adam is one of the members of the trio that you talked about in the intro.
Is he the guitar player or the drummer?
The drummer.
What's up, brother?
This is the Usual Suspects, is the band you're talking about, which is actually a quartet.
Okay.
But that day you saw a stripped trio version.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Why don't I like tacos? I don't like the actual taco, the tortilla.
Why? Because it breaks?
No, it's a texture and flavor thing for me. Like,
Oh.
I love everything else in the Mexican realm. I love the bowls. I love burritos. But just the actual taco itself.
Now, when you had the tacos, though, where did you get them? Don't come and tell me Taco Bell.
Oh, no.
Like,
Bowman can answer that one because he's like, I'll take you to the best taco place. And then we went and I'm like, it's the same.
Okay.
The taco thing,
Alright.
that's the same.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a good response. Anyways, thank you for answering all those questions. Once again, thank you for those that are in the chat, those that are watching. Let us know with the volume if everything is okay on your end. With the music and everything. I know I did have a little request not to have the music, and I still have it on. Hold on.
Oh. You have a diva in
How's
the
that?
house now,
Better?
Jonah.
Good? Okay. You're officially my first diva.
Hey!
And you play keys.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, Maine said you need to try. I'm not.
Hey, man.
I don't want to ruin or mess up the wording, or sorry, the pronunciation. Shallop? Oh yeah, shallop. No, I don't even know.
What did she say, sorry?
She said you need to try a shallop. I think I'm saying it wrong. Not too sure.
Oh.
CHALLUPAH.
I don't know. Is it a food joint? Because we
have
were
no
talking
idea.
about tacos.
No idea.
Girl, what you mean? Explain. Elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate. Anyways, Thank you for those that are watching
Yeah.
again.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So, Astrid, if you don't mind, let everybody know at home, a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your upbringing, just some of the memories when you were younger, and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, where am I from? We're gonna be here a while because there's a few places, Jonah. I was born in South Africa, Cape Town. That's where most of my extended family still are. And then when I turned 5, we moved to New Zealand. We lived there for just shy of a decade, and then from there we moved to Australia, which I lived there for 15 years, which is home. And now I'm here in Canada. So my upbringing is predominantly around New Zealand and Australia, because that was from the ages of 5 till what 24 or something like that. And it's when I think about my memories, apart from like school and good friends, hanging out, that kind of thing, it's predominantly music in a lot of the way, because I come from a really musical family. Both sides of the family are very musical. And whenever there's family gatherings, there's music playing. Somebody has an acoustic guitar and they're singing. So I was always around music. And when music isn't physically being played, it's music on the radio or something like that. So my world, growing up, most of my memories really consist of music, piano lessons, and sport. All the sport under the sun. I did swimming and netball and water polo and hockey and all sorts of stuff. Like my poor mom, when I think back, like how did you keep up with just driving me around? Like it probably was exhausting. So I understand now when people say that they have kids and they're like, it's just busy. It's just busy, because every kid has an activity that they have to be at, and it sounds hectic.
So it sounds like you were expensive. So shout out to mom. I know you're sleeping, but
shout out to mom.
If you're watching later on, thank you for spending all that money on her.
Mom and dad. But it was mom that had to do the driving,
Probably.
She was the best. I have memories of, it was such a hustle where straight after school, she would pick me up from school, and then I'm getting changed in the back seat into like my netball gear or whatever gear. I think it was usually netball, because it's that you have to go straight to practice, and she's made me some kind of lunch. So it's this juggle of getting changed, because there's this little 15-minute window, because we get in there right on time and won't have time to get changed. Those are the memories I have as a kid. It was awesome.
Amazing. When did you come to Canada? How long has it been now?
5 years ago.
5 years, huh?
During COVID.
Why Canada?
Why Canada? I don't know. You need to ask the Lord, our Savior, this question. I don't know. We just felt led, specifically called to Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you I guess, have you gotten used to it already, since it's already been 4 or 5 years? What's one thing you like about Toronto or Canada, and what's one thing you don't like about it besides the cold?
Well, that's the bit I love, is the snow.
Okay.
Everybody in Canada is usually like, no, I'm over the snow. Oh, I love the snow, because we don't get it really. Well, you do get snow in Australia, but not like this. You don't get a snowy winter season, right? You have to go find it in the mountains, but it's definitely not worth traveling to compared to Canada, for example. So I love the snow, and there's so much you can still do in the snow versus Australia, for example. It would rain a lot during the winter season, and there isn't really much that you want to do, because everything's built for outside, because it's usually hot or hotter usually. So I love the snow, and then I love Christmas. You asked me my favorite holiday, and it's just that winter wonderland feeling about it. Yes, and then when the lights are out and the colors from the Christmas tree of the different color balls, that's awesome. That's something really fun. I don't think I'll ever get over being around. My least favorite thing, honestly, is the traffic in Toronto.
Oh yeah, it's brutal,
Holy moly.
and it's gonna get worse.
Just, yeah, yeah. I'm a confident driver, but I never had road rage until I moved to Toronto. And I say to people all the time, like, you can be the kindest person. I'm sorry to say, Toronto will make you get road rage if you drive. If you drive. So that's my least favorite thing, because it just seems to be traffic all the time. All the time. You just can't avoid it. The 401 all the time.
Yep, it's bittersweet, and like I said, it's gonna get worse because the World Cup is
Coming.
right around the corner,
Yeah.
and that's definitely gonna bring a lot more traffic. And yeah, Adam said traffic worse than coffee. Come on.
Yes.
Hold on,
Yes. This is because let me elaborate.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm a coffee snob, and Adam knows this. Australians are generally coffee snobs. And I heard that North America has terrible coffee. We would call it drain water, maybe.
Drain water? What?
Just cheeky. Yeah.
Okay.
The drip coffee, not a vibe. It's not a vibe, I'm sorry to say. And so I brought my coffee machine from Australia over. I shipped it over with the rest of my gear.
Okay.
To be fair, I also just bought it 6 months or so, less than 6 months before moving to Canada. Because Canada was not planned,
Yeah.
as we said. And so I don't have trash coffee very often because I make me glorious espresso coffee daily. So yeah, traffic over coffee.
But I have to try that. I used to love coffee growing up, but now I don't drink it as much. But if you say your coffee's good, then
Well, let's talk about that a little bit more. When
Do
you
it.
say that you used to drink coffee, what did you put in it? How did you have it?
okay. So my parents own a juice bar, right? So we've had it already we're going for 33 years. So breakfast was always done at the store, right? So we always had, and my mom always made it. It was just literally coffee with milk and a little bit of sugar with bread.
With bread.
With bread, yeah, and then
Okay.
sometimes butter. That's I don't want to say it's an Ecuadorian thing, but I know that a lot of Ecuadorians do that, right? And I think I just had too much of it. Then now my stomach's like, nope, can't do it. So now I can't because I go to the washroom.
I see.
Yeah. So
Because it's an antioxidant, right? It's
There you
supposed
go.
to clear you out.
yeah.
Okay, so you'd put sugar and milk in it.
How do you make your coffee?
Well, it's espresso based, so it's
Okay.
not percolated or drip coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have it with almond milk. You steam the milk,
Okay.
and then you make your latte art and be all fancy.
Is this the one that you made yesterday that you posted on your story?
That's one of it that I made yesterday. Yes.
And you did that
Yeah.
whole design thing?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I used to be barista, so
Oh, nice.
I am trained to do it. But a lot of people know how to do it. You don't have to be a barista to learn how to do latte art. But yeah, so I don't add sugar to my coffee, and that's usually a sign of if the coffee's good or not. If you need to add sugar to it.
Okay.
So
Good to know. I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind.
because the bean is quite sweet, naturally.
Then I've definitely not had that type of coffee because definitely not the coffee that I've had.
Yep, I have converted many a friends because there is just this ongoing battle. Shout out to Darrell, who loves Tim Hortons, and we have this battle usually daily, or well, almost daily. I give him a hard time because he always posts his cup of Tim Hortons, and I'm like, what is this trash that you... Sorry to say to people who love Tim Hortons, but compared to espresso coffee, yep, told you I'm a snob. There is a difference. It tastes different. A lot of people who go to Starbucks and stuff, they have all sorts of flavoring and sugars and creams and stuff that you put in it, which is just
It's crazy.
nuts. It's not coffee anymore.
Mhm.
And I wonder, is it because the coffee by itself doesn't taste good that you need to be putting in all of these additives to it?
Yep.
And so those friends that were bold and were like, well, you keep banging on about this, so make me a coffee. And I've converted all of them.
Okay. Well, I'll
So you're
definitely-
next.
Yes, yes. So the next time I have you on, definitely you have to bring your machine and all that
What?
stuff, and
Oh, that's a big effort. The
Well, just
machine's
tell me-
big.
or just okay, fine. Then just
Just
tell me
come
what to
over.
have.
Just come
Okay,
hang.
No problem.
Come
no
hang.
problem. As long as there's music, I'm there.
Yup.
But thank you for that. Before I start asking you these questions, I just thought of another question now. When you were younger, I guess I know you started, the whole music thing when you were 3, but um, I guess besides the whole music, how were you when you were younger? I know you did a lot of extra activities after and everything, but how were you when you were younger? Yeah,
Like, what kind of kid was
yeah,
I?
yeah, exactly.
I was a total tomboy, to be honest. Um, yeah, I have 2 older siblings, and they are significantly older than me. And my brother is the eldest, and we used to be really close when I was young. And so I used to copy him. I used to try and dress like him and walk like him and follow him around everywhere. And so I think that's where the tomboyness part maybe come from. It's just hanging out with him so much. And he was really cool about it to let his littlest sister hang out with him. And yeah, I guess with my upbringing also is just we've never, like my dad sort of, how do I word this? He didn't, how do I explain it? He didn't bring me up like a girl, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like he wasn't precious around me because I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It was things like you need to learn how to change the spare tire on the car. You can't be useless. You can't be useless because you're a girl, kind of thing. So, so having said that, I was quite a tomboy because there's all these the things that I used to do that a lot of boys would do also. For example, when my brother got married, his bucks party, they went quad biking, and the bachelorette party was like massages and pedicures, and I said, "Can I come to the quad biking?" And he said, "I thought you might ask that." So that just gives you an insight of what kind of kid I was. So I was always outside. I was always outside playing in the street. Yeah, I used to ride my bike a lot. So I was that kid. And then I had to do all the like discipline stuff, like now is your piano lesson and now it's your swimming lessons and now you gotta do your homework and that kind of stuff.
Nice. What was your favorite, besides music, obviously, what was your favorite subject to take back then?
Biology.
Okay.
Human biology specifically.
Did you ever think about studying that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you move forward with it, or you just kind of
well,
dabbled on it?
So after graduated school, high school, like around that time, there's that pressure of, what do you want to be when you grow up? You have to know exactly what you want to study and then go to uni kind of thing. And I really felt that pressure, and I did not know at all what I wanted to do, which is very normal as a 17-year-old kid. Who knows what they want to do?
Nobody
17, does, right? Anyway, I decided to take a year off after high school and just work full time and really think about what it is that I want to study and pursue. And during that time, it came up between 2 things. Music, go and audition for WAPA, Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts, that you mentioned before, because it's really hard to get in. It's like the Berkeley of Australia, WAPA.
Oh, damn.
It's really, really hard to get in. And they only take four of each instrument. So 4 piano players, 4 guitarists, 4 bassists.
Per year?
Per year.
Okay.
In the contemporary course that I was doing. I think all the courses actually, jazz as well. But singers was double the amount of intake. So 8 singers can come in. And so just knowing the odds and how many people generally audition, because people fly from all over Australia to audition and then they move to Perth. So I wasn't really sure that I was going to get in. It was a very last minute decision to audition and give it a go, which was a wild thing in itself to even know that there is a university or an academy for music and you can pursue it as a profession, because in my culture that was unknown to me until 17 almost, virtually. So WAPA was one thought, and the other thought was optometry.
Okay.
Polar opposites.
That's pretty cool. And now you're a musician.
And now I'm a musician.
That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Sometimes I wonder, should I have done optometry?
Yeah, why not? You're still young. You still go for it.
Yeah, sometimes I think about it because I'm still fascinated. I'm just fascinated with the eyes for some reason, and the function of it and all that stuff. And yeah, so my poor husband just gets harassed by me regularly because he's got these beautiful green eyes.
Is he watching?
Maybe, I don't know.
He's not sleeping. You better be awake.
No. He lives here.
No, I know. I'm just trying to be funny. We have a comment here. Webby says they will confess that Astrid's coffee is delicious. Her latte area is quite something as well. Sorry,
Hey.
It's art. Pretty much what they were trying to say.
Okay, there
interesting.
There you go.
Interesting. So let me ask you another question over here. If anybody in the chat has a question for myself or for Astrid, please let us know. But Astrid, what's one thing people don't know about you?
I don't think people know that I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me. That was a throat burp.
It's okay.
Yes. Specifically cars and engines and motorbikes and that kind of stuff. The tomboy part of me, right? I don't think people know that because it's not something that I talk about, or I don't have like a decked out car or whatever for it to be obvious. Yeah, I don't think people know that. Did you know that?
No.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you could make coffee art, and I didn't know any of that stuff. I didn't know you like tacos. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm learning a lot of stuff. And
Did I hurt your heart about the tacos?
No, not at all, because I'm
Okay.
Canadian.
Oh.
If I was Mexican, I would have already muted your mic.
I see. It
Or
would have been booted off.
a long time ago.
Okay.
Not bad. So I don't think I asked you before, but at what age did you apply to go to the to the academy?
18.
Okay.
18. So yeah, I auditioned and applied at 18, and then I started uni at 19. I think that's right. 4-year course, and on piano.
Okay.
Only piano.
Okay. Was it expensive compared to here? Well, I'm assuming no.
Oh, I don't know. I
No?
don't know what the fees would be here in comparison. But what I do know is that the fees were lower than normal uni. Yeah, low enough that I put myself through uni, paid
Well,
my
that was
own
you.
uni fees.
Nice.
The first 2 years anyway. I paid for my own uni because my parents, being the culture, they were like, you want to go and do what? You want to go and you choosing music, the whole go get yourself a real job, and then you can always do that. South African and Italian as my family background.
Yeah.
It was very sure you can go pursue what you want to do, but go and get yourself a job that you will always be able to fall back on, kind of thing. And I was just that kid that said, nah, I just want to go do this. And they didn't actually support it at first. Which honestly was a surprise in itself, because my whole childhood was really encouraged to play piano and been doing piano lessons since the age of 8, and then did music on piano up until probably 15, 14, around there. And then when I said I wanted to go and pursue it professionally, then they were like, no. It was very confusing as a young Astrid. And so, yeah, they basically said, well, don't support it. I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I said, okay.
So
well,
what do they think about it now?
Now they have a change of heart. So that year that I took off where I worked full time, I was just saving money because I had like no bills or responsibilities. I was living with mom and dad. And so I was able to afford it because it wasn't that expensive in comparison to normal uni. But then when degree hit, year 3, I wasn't working during uni because I couldn't afford the time to have a job on top of uni. I was doing gigs, but definitely not enough to be paying your uni fees. Anyway, so by the 3rd year, when I realized how expensive the degree part of the course was, I went to my parents with my tail between my legs and said, I can't do this anymore on my own, and was graciously asking my parents. And at that point, they said, you have proved yourself that, like, in a way that they didn't know about me. And they were super proud of what I had achieved and how I've, like, really dedicated myself in that first 2 years. And they said, we will absolutely pay the rest of your uni fees. And so I finished uni and graduated, and they've been on board with the whole music thing ever since, and very proud and very supportive and all of that stuff. Critical, of course, but
Yeah. No, yeah. It's with me especially. Like, I was lucky because I got into the music because of my dad, right? So it wasn't. I didn't have to battle that. But like you said, it's looked down upon in the beginning. But once they see the dedication and then how happy it makes us, and the happiness that we bring to other people, it definitely makes people see things differently after a while. So
yeah,
kudos for not giving up on your passion, because now you have a whole bunch of pianos at home.
I have a whole bunch of pianos at home. For
So
real.
yeah, that's
real.
pretty cool.
So question for you.
Of course.
When we met, you were doing sound.
Yeah. Was it at where was it again? Was it Hotel X?
No. Is there a Delta?
Maybe, I don't know. I know it was upstairs. I don't remember where it was.
I can't remember either. I remember, was that the gig? I remember that. I think that was the gig. I've never done this before.
Okay.
But I forgot my gig clothes that day.
Okay.
I think that was the gig. Yeah, and I just sort of had to make do with what I had. There was a disaster in my eyes, and a laughing moment now. It wasn't too bad in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, so that's when we first met, and then the second time we met, you were doing sound again.
That was at the I forgot the name of that one.
Brickworks.
Probably, I don't remember.
I think it was the Green Brickworks. Yeah, I think it was. So, before you got into AV land, you were into music. So, what got you into music? Did you play an instrument?
So I play percussion. Congas and timbales and bongo. More conga, but I got into the whole music thing because of my father. He opened up a DJ company many years ago. So I first started around when I was 8.
Oh.
Right. And then at between 8 and 10, I was just practicing at home. And then at 10, he asked me to do a Sweet 15 with him. Right. And I've been doing it ever since. I'm 37 now. And then at 15, he took me to a hotel called the Constellation Hotel, somewhere here. I don't even know where it was, but back in the day when they used to have these big salsa shows, there was like 4,000 people, to go watch these shows, and it was suit and tie. It was beautiful. Like, that's one thing I told my parents. I'm like, I really would have loved to be born a little bit earlier so I could be around that. Because at least for us, for the Latinos, we called it the golden era, right? Just because the salsa was just, and just the dynamic of everything was so different, compared to now, right? And the organizers that were doing the show, they went to high school with my dad, and my father asked him if he could bring me for sound check. And then when I walked in, there was I think it was a 48 channel Allen Heath, beautiful board, long, and again, this is analog time, right? So when I walked in at 15, I'm like, what is that? And then he explained to me, that controls all the channels and this and that. And then from there, I just fell in love with it. And then I went to Travis at, I think I was 18 years old. Same thing. Like I didn't want to go to school, but my dad told me, he's like, listen, as long as you're living in this house, you got to get a paper. And obviously it was, I did learn a lot. I did learn some things, not for the price that it was, definitely charged, because it was a private school.
I see.
But I did make a lot of connections, which obviously helped me get further along, But yeah, that's how it started.
But you also DJ.
Yeah.
So where did that come in?
The DJ, because of my dad. So my dad's DJ.
Yeah, but when did you start? Like
at 8 years old.
Oh, so DJing and playing percussion?
Oh no, sorry. You're right. So the percussion part started 15, 16 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so around the same time.
Right. So 8 years old, you actually started DJing first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then 10 was my first professional gig. And then I guess once I got into the whole sound thing, I also started, enjoying the whole music stuff, like the live, aspect of things. And then I started playing and everything. And, for those that are watching that are percussionists, especially Adam, like he knows, like we can't stop, right? You have to make sure you keep that, that time and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, when I got into the whole sound thing, I'm like, yeah, being a conga player is very hard, So I'm like, I can't, So I'm like, you know what? Let me just focus on the sound stuff, and yeah, like I still have all my gear at home, and the good thing is that all the stuff that I bought they were very expensive brands, so I still use them till this day as backline rentals whenever they call me to do productions, right? So it's still making me money, thankfully. Yep.
I see.
Yep.
Very nice. I wouldn't have imagined percussion.
Yep.
I don't know what I imagined, but
yeah,
percussion wasn't it.
Trust me. We have some comments here. Hold on.
Oh yeah, what they're saying? Are they trolling me?
Oh, Maine went to the school at the Constellation. Nice. Small world. You probably saw me there. Well, you probably didn't, but anyways, thank you for that question. I'm going to ask you another question over here. Let's see. What's your morning routine look like to prepare for a productive day?
What does it look like? You want me to walk you through what I do?
Do it.
Okay. Well, I pretty much wake up at 8 o'clock. Okay. My alarm goes off at 7:47. I don't know why it's 47, but it is. And then I snooze, sort of wake up and practice graciousness. Like I give thanks and sort of, just waking up at around 8 o'clock, and then I'll get up, and then I'll go for a morning walk with my doggo. She is been really good with the morning routine to walk daily, and it's been really good to start your day with a walk, to be honest.
Of course.
Yeah, so after a walk, come home, we have breakfast. The dog gets breakfast, I get breakfast, and then after that, I would make me my morning coffee, which I love. I love the whole thing. It's not just, I love the taste of coffee. I love the whole science of it. I love the machine mechanics. I love the like how the bean is drawn. I love steaming the milk and the latte art and just how it all just comes together and the flavors and all that stuff. Like, I love it. So that's one of my favorite parts in the morning, is like making coffee. It's just sad that I'm the only one in my house that drinks coffee, so I only really make it once a day. So when my friends say that they want to try it, I'm very excited. So those that's listening today, and you want a coffee, let me know. Come over, and I'm glad to make you coffee.
Adam said that after the show we're gonna go to your house. So
okay.
Yeah, he said he's bringing the drum kit, and I'll bring my congas so we can have a jam.
Welcome. It's all welcome. Yes, the coffee will have a workout. So actually during coffee, that's when I have like my quiet time, and I'll read the Bible, and hopefully in the time within like 8 and 10 a.m. I also get like a stretch in there of some kind, and then I start my day in the office, which I work from home, so that's a nice bonus. Yeah.
How's that? Because I know, like, for example, me, again, working in front of a computer is not my thing.
No?
I'm more of a go out and sweat for my money type of thing, like it's, especially like it's tough on the eyes, right? And that's just me. I know I'm not the only one, but yeah, how's that?
It's good. To be honest, it took me a while to figure out a good balance, because once you get in a role, you can easily sit for 6 hours straight, and that's not good for your body and your eyes and all of that. So another reason why it's good to have a dog is because there come a point where after they've napped, they're like, I want attention. I need mental stimulation. And so that gives me periodic breaks where you play with the dog, or I would usually get another walk in there in the afternoon somewhere, and it's a good excuse to take a break. Yeah. I definitely take more breaks now that I have a dog. I've only had a dog for a year now. So before that, I wasn't very good at taking regular breaks from sitting at the desk. So being a musician, a working musician, and having a 9-to-5 job, it took me the longest time to figure out a balance
Of course.
in how to balance the two, because obviously the time frames are so opposite.
Yeah.
Because you do a gig that finishes midnight, and then the time you get out of the venue, as you know, you're looking at 1, 2, and the time you get home, you're looking at 3, 4 potentially, and then wake up at 8 o'clock and start your day. So it took a while to figure out that balance. So I'm pretty good with it now. I would generally I now try to get up every hour to at least walk around the house. Not necessarily taking a break per se, but whether I stand and work or just go get a water or something like that. But generally, what's more on average, I'd be sitting working for 2 hours, and then I'll take a break, kind of thing. Because it's also dependent on the task you're working on. It's like I'm almost there.
Yeah, no, with me, I definitely can't do it working from home, because I see my bed and I'm going to bed. Take a nap, and my half-hour naps turn into 2 hours, and then I mess everything up.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah. I'm strange though with the sleep thing. Like I get a solid 8 hours every night. I sleep good. But I can also stay up really late and I don't feel tired. So if I have a gig, I don't hit that time where I'm like, oh, it's my bedtime. This is where I start to slow down. For some reason I'm not like that. But I do have a body clock. If I don't have gigs, I will wake up around 8 o'clock. And then I generally wind down and ready for bed around 11 o'clock. But if I have gigs, it's like I can switch between the two. I'm a musician, and you just soldier on, and then I switch and go, no, I'm not a musician.
So you need 8 hours. So do you normally need 8 hours to function?
No, I can function on 5, but that's not healthy.
No, I know it's not.
I used to be that person back in Australia, because goodness gracious, when I look back on my schedule, then I don't know how the heckin' I did it. I don't know how. Yeah, like the idea of working as much as I did as a musician now, back then it's just crazy to me. And so I used to sleep 5 hours a night, and I would just wake up. No matter how tired I am, I can't really sleep more than 5. And I would function. If I had like 4 hours and 45 minutes, I'm useless to you. I barely slept kind of feeling. But 5, I was good. And eventually I just kind of realized that that's not healthy.
Nope.
It's not healthy to sleep only 5, and you can't sleep more than 5. And so there was a whole training time that trained myself to sleep longer than that. And eventually, 8 hours just seems to be good, because apparently 8 hours or 8.5 hours is the amounts of sleep you should be getting every night.
Supposedly,
yeah. But 8 hours is good.
Yeah, no, with me, I'm okay with 5 hours. Obviously, if I can get the 8, it would be awesome. But I've noticed a difference, because again, bad habit, plus also being a tech and everything. Sorry, like you said, it's just the hours are crazy sometimes, and like when it's show back to back, there's a lot of just getting home 5, 6 in the morning, and then being up for like 9. And that's one of the reasons why I don't have a 9 to 5. It's just like I have my business and stuff, and it helps, right? Because like even here at the office, right? Like I could be doing some stuff here, and dealing with clients and stuff, and there's a sofa right there. I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
But then there's times where
naps are life.
Oh man, that's for those that don't believe in naps. Like something's wrong with you, man.
Why did we ever fight it as kids?
Yeah, no. Like now it's literally like
sleep time.
Yeah, it's
now I'll do anything for it, right?
No, literally, like right now, I could probably take a nap now.
The goal is the 20-minute. I think.
Oh yeah. That I'm still trying to work on.
Yeah, because then you feel refreshed, but I can't remember exactly the number. Somebody can say it in the comments. But it's around 20 minutes where you feel refreshed and you don't feel lethargic and tired. Because if you sleep more than that, that's when you want to sleep your 4 hours, right?
That's when I normally just snooze my alarm.
Snooze.
And then 3 hours later, I'm getting yelled at because I was late.
Oh no. No. So when you get home at 3, 4 in the morning, do you need time to wind down before you go to sleep?
And that's where my car comes in. So my car is like my sanctuary. So when I get home, even for example tonight, right? But I get home, whatever, I literally stay in my car for like an hour.
Like you just sit in your car?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just have the window down, just again giving thanks, or just praying, or just watching a show, or listening to music.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I normally stay in the car, again, 30, 40. Sometimes I've even stayed there for almost like 2-3 hours. Like after, like I did it maybe 2 weeks ago where I had shows from like Wednesday till Sunday morning, and I got home at 3, and I was literally in the car for like 2-3 hours, just in peace and quiet, because again, these last 3-4 shows were just constant noise, constant moving around. So like when you're at home, and if you think about it, and you know this, at night is when it's the most peaceful, right?
Yeah. So you'd rather sit in your car than in your house to wind down?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, definitely 100%. And I what I try and do as well is like when I get inside the house, like I already know once I get out of the car, I'm going straight to bed.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you drive home from a gig, and when you're sitting for your hour post gig, do you listen to music?
Yes and no. Sometimes it's dead silence. Sometimes it's Jazz FM.
Oh.
Right.
The radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Silence, Jazz FM, or sometimes if I do a show where there's a live band, I always record it. Right. So when I'm driving home, I'm listening to it, so I know, okay, I messed up here, or I could have improved this. So just little things like that. Yeah. But that's pretty much how I do it.
I see. If Adam is still tuned in, he's probably saying, "Yeah, take a leaf out of your book," because we had a gig earlier today, and I recorded it, and he's asked me twice today, "Are you home yet? Are you home yet? Can you send me the recording?" I'm like, "I'm not home. I don't have it on me. I need to have your system where I can just access it from the car."
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But sorry, you were gonna say?
I was just saying, I usually it's silence when I drive home. My ears are just done.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I think it varies on the show. Because if it's a good show, and again the group is doing its thing and everything is nice, it's good. But when it's a heavy volume show and everything, I definitely want to be in peace and quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's a wind down. It's a wind down time, because usually I'm in the leader role, so I'm the point of contact, and I'm leading the band, and I'm playing my parts and stuff. There's a lot going on. My brain is split so many different ways, thinking about so many things, and so many tabs are open. And so the drive home is just usually it's just this I'm overstimulated audibly.
Yeah.
And I just want silence, and quite often I just want the windows open.
Yeah.
But then there's winter. You don't want the windows open, but I wish the windows are open. Yeah, that's for me. It's interesting. I like to ask that question to a lot of musicians and singers, and the answer's the same. It's like nothing. I don't want any sound. I just drive home, listen to the engine.
100%.
Which is it can appear to be bizarre to non-musicians. They think, "Oh, we think you've been listening to music all the time. Like you it's just music."
No, it's definitely not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because we need it, Especially again when we're doing this forever. That's again that ride home is a lot for us. It's a time to just wind down. Like, do you normally think about your performance, or you just
Yeah, I dissect the night in my head. And to be honest, in order to do that, I need silence. Otherwise, I'm just starting to analyze the music I'm listening to.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what I loved and the counter melodies and all that stuff. Like that's just where your brain goes. So sometimes I want to do that because I don't want to think about, like, I want to stop thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking about work, that's something that I've actively been trying to be intentional with, is being off the clock.
Yeah.
So I'm now in a place of teaching my friends who are musicians and in AV realm and stuff, who have access to you and want to talk about the gig or the job, whatever. Like I'm now getting to the point where I'm saying I'm off the clock. I don't want to think about work anymore.
Yeah.
I just wanna wind down and go to sleep. Otherwise, it just consumes you all the time.
Of course.
Hey.
It's draining. It's definitely draining.
So usually the drive is the wind down, thinking about the night and kind of like areas you could have improved when you listen to the recordings back. Yeah, and just so that I don't do it when I get home.
Of course.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. We have a bunch of questions here, which I'm gonna save them.
You save them. Okay.
But I will say this: Adam did say also tell Astrid to send me the recording. And so just so you know, there's about I think a 7 to 8 second delay. So once we do the thing, they get it 8 to 10 seconds after. But it's pretty funny because while you were talking, that just popped up. So
yeah.
it's pretty funny. But Astrid, obviously, we'll talk about that beautiful piece of instrument that's in front of you. But let's talk a little bit about the singing.
Okay.
How important is singing to you? Like, who was it or what was it that got you so interested in the whole singing?
Good question. Big answer though. Like
Go for it, yeah.
long answer. Singing is now very important to me. It wasn't once upon a time. I studied piano at uni, not the voice, and I wasn't interested in the voice, and I didn't think that I could sing. It's not that I didn't think that I could sing, it just wasn't even on the radar to sing, to even think about whether I can or can't sing.
Yep.
Because in my world, everybody can sing. It's a very normal thing. Everybody can hold a tune. So it wasn't a standout to me or a thing, really. So singing wasn't a thing for me once upon a time. I could always hold a tune and naturally harmonize. Again, I thought that was very normal because everybody in my world could do that. And when I studied music, it almost killed me. It was the best and the it was the best and the it was a bittersweet. It was the best and worst 4 years. It was so hard, and it's probably because I also really pushed myself in it. I didn't just cruise through it. I could have cruised, but I didn't want to. I wanted to just strive for excellence is always the goal, right? And once I graduated, I actually was really jaded and sort of fell out of love with my instrument. This is my first love is piano. And I just didn't want to have anything to do with it because it just consumed my world for the 4 years. And every time I would sit at the piano and just the visual environment just put me in a bit of a depressive state. I just sort of hated the instrument. I don't know where that stems from because I didn't hate learning doing the course at uni. It was just at the end where I just was like, I just don't want it anymore. It was so weird. You worked so hard for this thing and then you finally have it. And then I packed my boards away for like 3 years.
After you finished?
After I finished, yeah. I would try and sit and play and I would just be like, I just don't want to. And back then I had a Nord as well, and just that red, maybe that's why. So this Nord is wrapped. I wrapped it black. And I never loved that it was red. For some reason I just wanted it to be a different color. And so maybe now, talking out loud, maybe that's where it stems from, is that visual environment. It just takes me back to that little practice space at home and just be in that work mode for uni for so long. Like I went into a state of depression, which I also went through during uni.
Okay.
But a part of a part of your recital, you have to do an original song.
Mm-hmm.
And when I played my original song to the band, the guide vocals was my own vocals.
Okay.
And the lecturer that was present, shout out to Matt Stiles, he asked me, "Is that you singing?" And I said, "Yes." Like, don't judge me, because we had a music school here and you've got like, good singers and that kind of thing. And he literally walks out the room. And I thought, wow,
It was that bad.
yeah, it stings. And he comes back and he brought another lecturer in and he said, "Play it again, listen to this." And then I realized, oh, so it was a good thing. It wasn't that it was so terrible that you walked out. And so they didn't know that I could sing. And so that just put singing on the radar for them at uni. And then a part of one of the performances we had to do with the cohort, they got me to feature singing just because I sang a verse or something with one of the lead singers. And that was in front of the whole cohort. So they saw me sing, and then there was this whole hoo-ha about, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know you could sing and you sing really well," and da 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 da. And so I was already gigging during uni on keys, and then I started to get on keys and vocals, and then on vocals kind of thing. It was always associated with keys and vocals. I was always getting those gigs, sing Bee Gees or whatever, 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
And then when I was so jaded and I packed my boards away, I started declining the piano keys gigs and started to accept singing gigs. And so during that 3 years, I was just really focusing on the voice and taught myself how to sing and taught myself about vocal anatomy and learning about the voice and just understanding the voice and how things feel, and working on my stamina and vocal chops and technique and stuff. And then during that time, I would say that my vocal ability has evened out, because I used to be that singer because I didn't really sing. I would sing a song and then I'd lose my voice because I had zero stamina. And then now I can, maybe not now, but in peak Aussie times, I could sing 6 hours at just belting, because usually we do 2 gigs a night.
Okay.
That's the culture there. You do more than 1 gig. So I would do two gigs, 2 3-hour gigs at like the same capacity, just belting kind of stuff. So that was well practiced. And then it's quite funny because I became known as a singer in that space of 3 years. And then I don't even remember how I got back to keys, but it was reintroduced, and then people were shocked, saying, "Oh my gosh, you play keys?" And it's so funny. I said, "Yeah, actually it's my first love. I have a whole degree in it, not singing." And that's quite surprising to a lot of people. So now singing is a very important part. And it's the thing I tap the most in when it comes to emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like you said, right, like first you were known as the one that plays keys, and then they happened to hear your voice, and then you got hired as a singer, and then it's pretty cool.
And then it flipped.
Yeah, and now you do both extremely well, and I can't wait for everyone to hear. But before we do that, and we talk about your other love that's in front of you, there's a question here. What vocal tips or strategies do you recommend to keep a healthy vocal routine for those that gig a lot?
Warm up, then cool down. You got to do that. It's sort of the same with exercise. If you just lift weights, or if you just do exercise and you don't ever stretch, something's gonna give, and there is the vocal version of that. And I really stress about vocal warm up and vocal health, because you only have one set of vocal folds. You can't restring them like a guitar. So take care of your voice, and your voice does age because your
Of course.
body ages.
Yep.
So you want to take care of it. So what you consume, I mean, everything affects your voice. What you consume, food, liquid, whether you smoke or whatever, that all affects your voice. And then what types of foods and what types of liquid, and also understanding what type of voice you have. So, for example, I have quite a dry voice.
Okay.
Naturally. So I want to be eating cheese and having milky things because I'm looking for the lubrication. Where other singers wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare have a speck of milk or any food because it makes them phlegmy. Where for me, I'm looking for that for the mucus. And so understanding what those foods are and how your voice reacts matters.
Of course.
And so warm-ups is probably the most important thing, because could you imagine if you are a 40-year-old and you're not as active as you used to be, and then you just did a Kevin Hart and you just had a parent sprint with your kids at the kids' school or something, and then you pull a hamstring,
Yeah.
right? It's the same thing with the voice. Eventually, something's gonna give. So you want to do vocal warm-ups. What are those vocal warm-ups? Let's talk about it, huh?
Let's talk about the famous straw that I. Yeah, well, let me change the camera. When I saw her, I don't remember where I saw it. I don't know if it was on your story. Do you normally only do that in the car, or do you bring it inside the venue? Because I don't remember if it was when you posted it on a story or if I saw you. I think it was on a story.
I think it was a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the time it's in the car.
Mm-hmm.
It lives in the car, the straw. This is just a regular metal straw. And it has a, oh, you want this camera?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
It has a mouthpiece on it. Shout out to Singer's Edge. 'Cause I used to teach at Singer's Edge when I first moved to Canada, and they gifted all the vocal coaches a straw, and it was this metal straw, and it comes with this mouthpiece. It's just a rubber mouthpiece. But it's just a regular straw. See? There we go. Yeah. And so what you do is you literally just blow through it. You can blow air through it, and then you can hum and do your regular vocal warm-ups through it. The goal with the straw, I swear by the straw. My friends and my Instagram followers know that I swear by the straw because it has worked wonders for me, and it's a really easy thing to do, and you can just do it on the drive to the gig or and after the gig. It helps. There's so many benefits. Let me try and keep it kind of short.
Mm-hmm.
It helps. It equalizes the air pressure on both sides of your vocal folds.
Okay.
So the goal when you blow through the straw, you want to imagine, or you should try it if you've never done it. Maybe when you were a kid, you do it. Is you'd blow through the straw in water, like your drink,
Okay.
and then you have that resistance, like it's harder to blow the bubbles, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal when you blow through the straw, is that you want to get that back resistance. And so this straw is actually the diameter is too wide. So I used to just cover half of it with my finger, but I've actually taped it now just to make it more challenging, so you have more of a resistance. And depending on your vocal health and stamina and your lungs and all that kind of stuff, it plays a factor. For some singers, starting with the regular straw is probably good if you're feeling that back pressure, because that's the goal. Don't use like a bubble tea straw, that's too fat.
Yeah.
If it's too easy, then it's the diameter is too wide, and you need to get a smaller one. Just tape it like I did, or you can get those. Some people use penne pasta.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
You just blow through that. You're just looking for a small hole. You don't have to be getting anything fancy for a vocal straw for a warm up. The goal is to just get that back pressure. And so when you have the back pressure, it creates the back pressure and the forward pressure. It then equalizes the air pressure on both sides of your vocal folds, which really helps release tension, especially in the muscles in your neck. Especially for women, women generally hold tension in the neck and shoulders, and so that helps just blowing through the straw, just releasing tension. It also helps regulate your vocal folds to vibrate equally, because like any muscle, your right side versus your left side might be stronger than the other kind of thing, and you want it to vibrate equally. So just blowing through the straw does that. And then when you hum through it, like, that's good too. So you will find that it will highlight all of the flaws in your range when you do it. So if you do, for example, a siren, we go, right? That's a siren. When you do it through a straw and your voice is tired or your voice isn't warm yet, you hear all the cracks between all of your registers. You got your chest, your mix, and your head voice, right? And it's like bridges between each register. So you might hear the kind of sound. This highlights it. So it kind of forces you in a way to use proper technique, because it forces you to be relaxed by the blowing thing. So just that in itself, it really irons out all of the cracks in your vocal registers, and it should feel easier when your voice gets warmer. And honestly, I've become sworn by it since doing it on this one particular gig, again with the usual suspects.
Nice.
We had a gig, I forgot where it was, but it was like almost a 2-hour drive, something. It was in somebody's property, and I hadn't sung at that capacity that I needed to sing that night in a long time. It was very belt oriented. It was Whitney and all that kind of stuff. And I just blew through the straw. I didn't even do the humming through the straw. And I knew my voice felt tired before that gig, and my voice felt like butter. It was so easy to sing. I shocked myself. I thought, wow, this stuff really works. And all I did was I just blew through it, just air through it. And what I also noticed from doing the straw work is that I'll do it after a gig as well. We're talking like 10 minutes or whatever your drive duration is. And my recovery time the next day is literally halved. I would take half a day, usually the next day, like my voice sounds like Barry White as it recovers and bounces back. And yeah, it would take about half a day. But if I straw, even for just 10 minutes, it's good after like 3 hours of being awake. If I'm talking, that kind of thing, and you really feel the difference. Like that's huge. That's huge as a vocalist. So that's just one of the warm ups, right? So to answer the question further, I do the straw workout. I do lip trills, that thing, and you hum through that as well. I do these sirens, these high pitched sirens.
Okay.
And what that is doing is it's stretching your soft palate. I'm sorry if this is boring for non-singers.
No, it's cool.
It's just singer's land here. Your soft palate, it moves. It does this. So by doing it stretches it. So it helps with your airflow, with how you resonate your sound in your mouth. So it really helps if you find that maybe you're singing a little flat and you're naturally going flat, and you don't usually go flat or whatever. Do that. It really helps because your palate could just be lazy. So I do those, and I also do sirens, which is, I'm going to do a soft version where you go, woo!
That's soft?
That's soft.
Damn.
That is soft. When you do it at full capacity, you'd be hearing me in another room, because you want to sing at your full full projection, full power, so that you're actually warming up your register. And then that's the same thing with the strawing when you hum through the siren. It's a really good way to check the connections between all your registers. It should be flawless. You shouldn't hear any cracks or creaks or breathiness or whatever. Yeah, and it just helps with your vocal control as well. In terms of the straw work, helps with your vocal control. It helps with your breath control. It's good for your lungs, good for your diaphragm. I feel like there's one more thing that I do with vocal warm-ups. Or maybe that's just it, maybe.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to buy a straw just to do it. So when I have my concerts in my shower,
yes.
my voice doesn't crack.
Yes. Yes, natural reverb too, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's the
everybody
best.
sounds good
it's
in the shower.
Best. Literally everybody.
Everybody.
Everyone. So now let's change it up. But let's talk about that beautiful now black machine that's in front of you.
Yes.
If you want to just tease us a little bit with play a little some chord. Oh, damn. So talk to us a little bit about that, how that journey has been, what it means to you, and then obviously, we can hopefully hear you perform.
Hear me perform a little something. So a piano there's always been a piano in my family's household. My mother plays piano, my sister played piano, and that's how it was introduced, because there was this instrument in the house that made noise. And I knew that if you press the keys, it makes sound. And so my mom said that I was 3 years old and I couldn't see the keys, but my hands could reach. So I would just be doing this. And I was always fascinated by the piano from the sounds of things of 3. So there's always been a piano in the house. And as I mentioned before, my siblings are older than me. And there came a point around 8 or so that they were older and started to go out and clubbing and doing that stuff. So they were home less. And my sister was... She was going for piano lessons, and she used to... she was learning classical music. And she would practice her pieces over and over again. And I remember quite vividly my brother would say, "Oh my gosh, can you just stop? You play the same thing over and over and over again." And for me, I remember thinking, "Oh, but I don't feel annoyed by it. I don't mind listening to it and thinking, oh, she almost got it. Oh, she almost got it," kind of thing. But at the same time, what I didn't know as a young kid, that I was learning it audibly. And so when she started to go out and was homeless, I didn't have her to bother and play with. So I started to teach myself the piano. And I started to try and replicate what she was playing. To this day, I can sing the songs. I can't play the songs, but I can sing you the song. That's how much she used to practice it. And so from the age of 8, my mom she said that there was a point where she couldn't tell if it was myself or my sister playing the piece. And so she then said, "Do you want to go for piano lessons?" And so piano has been in my world ever since, from the age of 8 and so on. And I learned that I had an ear, and I learned that there is such a thing as an ear. And so through my journey in school, there was always a music course to do, a music subject to do, and piano was always something that somehow just managed to be in my world. I don't know if it's something that your parents sort of tell the teachers what you are interested in and what you can do before you start school. But I remember not choosing the piano, but I remember that I was on the piano and playing in the school assemblies and things like that, and the teachers teaching me things by ear and visually, because I'm a visual learner. and so it was just fascinating that this instrument just has so much power.
Yeah.
And you can play 10 keys. You play one each finger, and what other instrument can you do that with? So that was unique and kind of cool. And you can cheat and you can play a little bit more than 10 notes if you want. It might be a messy chord if you play 10 notes, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like if you play a cluster, for example, or some people can stretch more than 8 keys. I can't do that because my hands are small, but you can play a bunch of notes, and I just thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool that you can tell the story just on the piano without having to sing along, and that you can play in a way that you play the melody, and then you can play in a way where you can accompany. I just thought that it was very versatile and fun. I was just always fascinated by the instrument. It's funny, I was always fascinated by the piano, but in terms of the instrument that I wanted to learn first was bass.
Okay.
I still can't play bass.
Well,
Adam, not electric bass.
Yeah, but Adam said here, he's like, people don't know that Astrid is one of the baddest bass players in the city. And he actually, I'll ask you the question later on, but he asked what tips for synth players and sounds and techniques and stuff like that. But yeah, so you could play a lot of stuff then.
Sort of. Like, I do play synth bass. I can't play electric bass, but I've always wanted to learn bass. I just have the love for the bass.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And my friends that play bass get so much stank face from me, and then I'm very jealous. Like, I'm very jealous. Today, Adam played synth bass on the gig that we did earlier today, and I was very jealous that he was playing bass and not me. And he was playing bass on my favorite synth bass instrument, the Moog or the Moog.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just had some great sounds that just gets you excited. And he knows me. I'm a sucker for sound design. Apart from the Nord, I also have a synth called Kronos, which is a workstation. It has all the orchestral sounds, right?
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things to do is to try and recreate the sounds from songs. I just find that fascinating, and trying to train the ears to try and get the sounds as close as possible with what you have.
Yeah.
Why was I bringing that up? Oh, that was about sound design. So yes, I do play synth bass, and I want to learn how to play electric one day, but I try to teach myself guitar, and it's so hard. It's like I could stretch like this easily, and it's very comfortable, but this is just what? And like, I really struggle to stretch and to understand the fretboard. It's just so much more complicated versus the piano where it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's one big pattern. It's like, these are all the notes you need to know. And then it repeats. And then it repeats. Where with the fretboard, you get the same note and you can play it on multiple frets on the guitar. And it just didn't come easy. And music was always an easy thing to me. So I need to suck it up and actually learn it properly one day. But I do want to be able to play the guitar better. It's funny when my guitar friends hear me play guitar, they say I sound like a piano player because of my voicings, which makes sense because I don't know what I'm doing really. I'm just trying to find the notes. And I would structure them like I would on the piano because there's certain inversions of chords I like. So I'm trying to find them. So yeah, apparently I sound like a keyboard player on guitar.
That's amazing. Well, if you don't mind, just, play a little something. You don't have to sing for now. Just play a little something and let everybody, hear you out.
What do you mean? Just play and don't sing?
Yeah, whatever you want, whatever comes to your heart.
So much pressure.
Come on, you're a pro.
It is pressure because now I'm like, you're giving me a task and I don't know what I'm doing.
You're a pro? I don't know.
Well, I just like to play major 7 chords. Well, 7 chords, generally speaking. So I like that cluster. This is a major 7 chord, right? And you've got different inversions of the same chord, right? So the last inversion, I like that sound. So same with the minor. Versus that, versus that. See how different that sounds? Versus. Yeah.
So cool.
So that's the beauty. Oh, music's just great, right? So I like to just go around and play. Oops. That's what I do. I just play my favorite inversions of chords, and then that's how usually music is sparked by the sonics of usually a inversion of a chord versus the chord itself.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But major 7s is my favorite sounding chord.
That's your thing.
And it's also my favorite thing back to back, where you go major 7 to a minor 7, where you switch between.
That's amazing.
Between the two.
All right, so let's do this then. Let's do both, singing and let's do the first song. And by the way, we've been talking for an hour and 27 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, it does
Really?
not feel like that. Well, an hour and 22
good.
minutes because we started,
Yeah.
5 minutes late. But go for it.
Okay, well, what's the first song? Do we know?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever comes to mind.
I think we should do White Lies,
Okay.
which is the one with the track.
Cool.
And I think it's appropriate because today is the song's anniversary.
What? Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so before we play it, talk to us a little bit about the song and how how you wrote it and how it came to be.
So the song is 10 years old today. It turns 10. I can't believe that. The song I wrote, I think I was in uni when I wrote it. And it was about a friend who you can tell you can tell they were troubled.
Okay.
And when you're good friends with people and they don't say anything, but you just know, hey, you right? Everything all good? And generally it's, I'm fine, I'm good. And you just think, I am not convinced. And so I just felt like they were just giving me a bunch of white lies.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's where it came from. So that's the story. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared.
Don't be scared. So yeah, I'm gonna put some effects on your beautiful voice. Just
This piano is high, so
yeah, get in position,
you
get
just
comfy.
Sit on my leg.
All right.
Yeah.
So hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Astrid's White Lies.
Baby, I see straight through your white lies. You see with me, you don't have to hide. I can see all the hurt in your eyes. Baby, you can't talk to me. Baby, you can't talk to me. You don't have to put a front on around me. I can see it in your eyes that you're hurting. I can be the secret pages in your diary. I won't tell a living soul what you're writing. Baby, through your white lines. You see with me, you don't have to hide. I can see all the hurt in your eyes. Baby, you can talk to me. Baby, you can talk to me. Talk to me, why are you being a stranger? You can't hide behind those lines forever. I will be the secret pages in your diary. I won't tell the loving soul what you're writing. Baby, I'll see straight through your white lies. You see with me, you don't have to hide. I can see all the hurt in your eyes. Baby, you can talk to me. Baby, I see straight through your white lies. You see with me, you don't have to hide. I can see all the hurt in your eyes. Baby, you can talk to me. Baby, you can talk to me. Talk to me. Baby, you can talk to me. You can lay it on me, baby. Don't have to hide from me, darling. You can lay it on me, baby. Oh, 'cause you can always talk to me. Oh. Hey. Baby, I see straight through your white lies. You see with me, you don't have to hide. I can see all the hurt in your eyes. Baby, you can talk to me. Baby, I see straight through your white lies. You see with me, you don't have to hide. I can see all the hurt in your eyes. Baby, you can talk to me. You can always talk to me. You can always talk to me. You can always talk to me. Yeah, yeah.
Damn. That was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so wild. I'm just thinking about how it's been 10 years, and also just thinking about the style of writing and what I was trying to do back then, and just the style is different now versus then.
No, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't want you to stop, but the track was ending.
Track was ending.
So 10 years today.
Mm-hmm.
Small world.
Yeah, man. Gosh. Yeah, and I've only released 2 of my own originals. So one in 2016, and the other one, oh my gosh, I can't remember the year that I did that one. But there's been a bunch of collaborations with other artists. But it's just like, wow, that's a long time to not be writing and releasing any more of your own stuff. But that's changed now.
So when are you coming out with new stuff?
I don't know yet. Yeah, there's no date. Man, the industry has changed.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think the approach needs to change as well. My whole approach to writing has changed as well. So whenever it makes sense in terms of time and making $1 million to pay everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody for their talents and their time. But I want to, when I do record and release it, I want to do it well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely going to be live, like live off the floor.
Okay.
The release is going to be from the studio. It's not going to be produced in a studio like White Lies was and then released. I don't even think I am going to necessarily, I say this now, but it might change. I don't even necessarily think that I'm going to put it on the online platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to put it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see. Like we want people to be able to access
Of course.
the music, but I'm not really making the music for people now in this season in my life. I'm just making it for me. So that goes also with when it's going to be recorded and released, which is why the answer is I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not it's not something that I'm gonna sit and sleep on.
Of course.
It's something that is definitely on the forefront of my mind, especially this year, because I just keep finding myself, and probably a lot of artists find themselves in the same boat, where you just keep putting your own projects on the back burner because life is lifing. Things pop up, and then you put your art last, whether it be because you need to for your mental health or your sanity, or because of a bunch of other reasons. But you always find yourself on other people's projects, other people's music and stuff, and that's great and fun, but then you don't get to yours. When do you get to yours? So I really wanted to make that a priority this year, and that means saying no to stuff. So you have time. And I've always said it. Oh, I just want to lock myself in a cabin and in the winter season and get inspired and write new material or work on old material that has never been finished, because we all have a trillion voice notes in our phone and captured all over on all the devices, all these ideas and stuff, and you never really get to them. So I wanted to my focus was two things this year. Was to try to bring an old project to life, finish it, and then start a new one. So that's what I did this year. And so having said that, to answer your question, still, it's a very long answer.
It's okay.
Is that it's definitely on the forefront of my mind. But I'm also taking my time in when I will capture and record it. I'm still sort of writing it in my head as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably would make more sense when I'm in the room with the band.
Yeah.
So that it all makes a little bit of sense, because I'm not a drummer. I'm not really a bass player.
Yeah.
But and like I'm not a horn player and stuff. And so it's funny sometimes when you have an idea of a groove and what it sounds like on MIDI when you produce it yourself in your little home studio, and then what it sounds like when a drummer actually plays it.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds different. It brings it to life in a different way. And obviously the velocities and the feel and the touch of each person when they play the instrument, that sparks all sorts of stuff. So I'm still figuring that out. And like I mentioned, I want to take my time to do it and do it well.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully I could be around and watch that performance. That'd be pretty cool. Cause
are you trying to say that I'm gonna take a long time?
No. I don't mean that way. I mean, like, hopefully I'm not busy working when you do decide to do it, so I can go and enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I am gonna be performing.
Oh yeah.
Them.
Yes.
Even though they're not released.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be performing them, and you should come.
I'm gonna try to, depending what time I finish. I don't know if you want to talk about that right now, or we can leave it to the end. All right.
No,
so
we can talk about it.
She has a performance coming up next week, Thursday, at the Jazz Room in Waterloo.
Jazz Room.
If you want to let some people know, go for it.
Yes, it's in Waterloo, called the Jazz Room. We're not really playing jazz though, so I'm going to be featured with two of my friends, Kiara Leah and Alyssa Dupuis, and we are going to be playing music by only female artists whom were influential in the music industry and who scoped the industry and then also who inspired us and inspired our writing. And then we're also going to be playing some of our own originals as well. So Alyssa plays bass and she's a vocalist. Kiara also plays keys and she's a vocalist. And I play keys and vocals as well. And so we're all going to be in the band at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luis Navarro, shout out to you, who's going to be the drummer.
Nice.
The only man in the band. And yeah, so we're all going to be playing at the same time, playing covers as well as each other's originals. And so it's going to be great. I know it. I know it is, because the girls have great music that they write. It's fun to play, and the jazz room is a really lovely environment. I love the guests that come, the audience that come. Jazz room is very much a listening room, being a jazz room, and so it attracts that kind of people. And it's such a pleasure to play at the jazz room, to be honest, because they appreciate the music. It's definitely a listening crowd where they sit and listen. It's not so much a dance floor environment, and there's a grand piano there, and it's always nice to play a grand. It just feels different. You play it different, and it's all of the things, and state-of-the-art sound system in there. It's just all such a good vibe and experience, and we're very lucky to play there fairly regularly with all sorts of different outfits. I'm there more regularly with the usual suspects, who's coming up for like the fourth time in this conversation. But this time it's going to be the Because of Her act, and it's the first of its kind, and I know it's going to be wonderful because these are good people and friends, and when you have that chemistry as friends and you have that chemistry musically, it just can't not be a jolly good time.
Yeah,
so.
There's going to be some pretty awesome moments.
So
And I really hope I can make it.
Yeah.
To make sure all the the times work with all the stuff that I have to do that day. But
Yep.
I definitely want to check it out. And I did tell some friends too. So hopefully, my co-host who unfortunately wasn't here today, Mario, I know, slacker. I actually did mention it to him a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully, again, if everything works out, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, you should get a ticket. And you want to get it soon, I say, if you haven't already, because it is split in 2 rooms, the venue.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, you want to be on the side where you see the stage best, basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. And what time are you guys starting? What's the first start time or first set?
I think it's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay. Doors open what time?
I think 7.
Okay.
I think. Oh, I should know this off the top of my head. Yeah. They do food as well, so people come early and they order food and they have dinner and stuff and listen to the music.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should definitely bring that idea over here. Maybe do it at the Rex, or maybe at Lula.
Yeah. Maybe wherever it's going to be, wherever's wanted and wherever you think will be well received. Yeah. Like I said, it's the first of its kind, and so we'll see if how it goes, if it's well received and whatever. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Oh man, the more you talk about it, the more I want to go.
That's a good thing, right?
I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls tomorrow to see if I could set up on Wednesday.
Hey, come on now. I'm really excited because it'll be my first time playing my original stuff in Canada.
Oh, sure.
Like
nice.
live. Aside from now. Yeah, that dawned on me when we advertised the show that it's gonna be my debut. Performing my stuff and my unreleased stuff. So you should come. You'll be the first to listen, peoples.
All right. You should be a lawyer. You're pretty good at convincing people.
No.
But I'm going to ask you another question.
Yes.
And then think of one for me. Damn, an hour and 45 minutes we've been talking.
Okay. When are we going till?
Till the battery on that keyboard dies. Which means never.
It's not battery operated.
Exactly. That's why I said it. Because it's not going to stop. How important has God been in your lives, especially from leaving home to coming here and just starting something brand new? I know it's scary. It's scary doing anything new. you know, but leaving your hometown, leaving your family, your loved ones, your style of living, like, and like, how important has God been in both of your lives, you know, throughout this whole journey?
Very, very important. It's very important. It's the first thing. It's how I start my day and how I finish my day is speaking to God. I speak to God all through the day, like these little conversations, but actively, intentionally, morning and night. And very important because there comes a point in your journey, I guess particularly in your adulthood, where it's just becomes so tangible and so real that that God is real. There's just been many occasions where that has just been proven and confirmed for me. And I guess our move to Canada is another one.
Yeah.
Because, like I mentioned to you, do you want to talk about it?
Let's
story
do it,
coming?
yeah, let's do it.
So how we ended up in Canada, right? Moving to Canada was never ever on the radar or a goal of ours, ever. We always had an ambition to visit Canada for the land, to explore, like go to the Rockies and BC. Really, like when we think about Canada, we think of BC. We think of the lakes. We think of the mountains. Yeah, and so where we were in our lives in Australia, we were living a very good life, very comfortable. It's great. Everybody asks, "Why did you leave?" I understand why you ask the question, because it is a wonderful country, and it's been my favorite country to live in so far in my lifetime. Probably because it's just so much attached to Aussie still for me, because it's the longest country I've lived in. And it holds so much of my journey, my musical journey. There's just so much goodies there, right? And so we always felt, both my husband and I always felt like this general pull, I guess, where we felt like if there was ever an opportunity that presented itself elsewhere, whether it be work or whatever, we will explore it. But I think why that was just so prominent for us is because we felt a bit complacent in our work over there. We weren't feeling challenged anymore. We were just sort of existing and going through the motions, and we were both a bit bored. We kind of felt like we peaked in our industries. And for me, it's not that I peaked in the music industry in Perth. It was that I think I maybe outgrew a lot of my peers. They just were very, or rather than outgrew, I'd say they just had different goals and ambitions.
Yeah.
And my goal was to just do more challenging things and different things, and I just didn't feel like there was a environment that sort of supported that. And I just sort of felt all the musicians that I know of that felt that way all left, went to LA, or they went to go study their masters at Berkeley, and or they moved to New York. There's so many Perth musicians around the world, especially in the States, doing really, really cool things. And I kind of thought, oh, maybe that's what it is. You sort of get to this point where you just are looking for more. And I understand that for people who maybe were not born in Australia, maybe they came from a hard life, or they came from a third world country. The ambition was to move to Australia to live a easier life. And so maybe the white picket fenced safe life is the goal, and that's where they want to live, and that's totally cool. Versus me and my husband that virtually grew up in the privilege. We felt like we wanted to be challenged, and we just felt like we were walking very safe, if that makes sense.
Of course.
We're bored, really, and we're not ones that like to be bored. Or yeah, we just like to be challenged, and the white picket fenced life was never the vision for both of us. Not that there's anything bad with it, by the way. It just wasn't for us. And so I just recognized that I wasn't really loving doing gigs as much because I wasn't getting anything from it anymore. I was just doing it for the paycheck, and that really bothered me because that's not why I got into music. I didn't get into music for fame or for money. I got into music for the love of it and how it transforms and changes people's lives, and how it connects with people. That's why I got into music and why I love it so much, and what keeps me doing it in the live setting. And so I wasn't getting that anymore, and I was bothered. Anyway, so that was sort of what was happening in the background for me. And while I was working as a freelance musician, I was also serving in the worship team at my church. I started as like on keys in youth group, and then ended up as one of the worship leaders on voice. And you know, when your life is going great and your prayers to God are generally like prayers of thanks, like thank you Lord for my friends and for my husband and for my job and for my finances and that I'm able, all these things. It's generally like prayers of thanks. But when you're going through hardship or you're looking for a breakthrough in something, your prayers are a little different, right? So they're prayers of guidance and that kind of thing. And I was worship leading at my church, and in the middle of, well, towards the end of the worship, one of the pastors came up and was giving an encouraging word for giving, and he basically said, "When last have you asked the Lord where He wants you to be?" And I thought, wow, yeah, it's been a minute. You know, life's been good, and here I am living my life and trying to pursue my plans and stuff, and then asking God to bless that versus where do you want me to be so that I can be a blessing, right? So I thought, okay, fine, let's do this. And so on stage, I closed my eyes and I was praying, like, yeah, God, I'm sorry, I'm just sort of like living my life here, doing my own thing. Where do you want me to be? Do you want me to be somewhere? And one of the ways that the Holy Spirit speaks to me is through visions and dreams.
Okay.
And on stage, in my mind, I it was a mirror of the auditorium, so it was what I was seeing out. It was the auditorium, and then at the back of the auditorium was this big people size block letters, and it just said Toronto.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm sassy with the Lord, going, Toronto? What do you mean Toronto? What about Toronto? Like, pray for the people in Toronto, or pray for my one friend that I have in Toronto. Like, Toronto, context, God. Like, I'm being sassy like this. This is how I talk to the Lord. And so as quickly as that vision came, it also left, because in that moment, I got pulled out of my prayer because the pastor wanted us to play like the reprise of the song, right? And so as fast as that vision came, it left, and I forgot all about it. After that service, my husband and I went out for brunch. But I should probably say, in that same season, we were trying to buy a house during that time. And we have been house shopping, and we were just having the worst of luck. We just kept getting all of this obstruction, you could say, these unexplained things, freaky things that just happened that just wasn't working out for us, and we were feeling rather exhausted by the whole experience. And so when we were out for brunch, I just was checking in with my husband, saying, how do you feel about this whole house thing? It's like, are you feeling tired and jaded? Do you want to like maybe take a break from it? And I was saying, just with all of these obstacles that's been in the way, I said, maybe we're just not supposed to be buying a house right now. Maybe this is a sign. I'm supposed to be buying a house right now. And he just said, maybe we're just not supposed to be buying a house here. And I said, what do you mean by that? And he says, oh, I don't know. It just came out of his mouth. And so then that prompted me with the question to ask, okay, well, just for funds, if visas was not a thing, if money wasn't a thing, like we had all the money in the world, and you were able to pick one city that you want to live in, which city? It can be the one we're in, it can be within Australia, anywhere in the world. And as I asked him this, I asked myself this, and he paused for a short time, like 20 seconds, and then he said, Toronto. And in that moment, I broke out in goosebumps. And in that same moment, that vision came back. And I start giggling. And my husband's like, why? What's wrong with you? I'm in my own world, just chuckling. And I said, haha. There's the context, God. Got it. Got it. And so then I shared with him my vision. And he just said, that just can't be a coincidence. Like it's too specific, right? And then, you think you're crazy because you're thinking, well, it could have just been my thought, or maybe it was a coincidence, and we both talked about it, saying there was never a desire ever to come to Toronto or to move to Canada because we are such beach bums. Our backyard is the beach. We were always at the beach. My favorite hobby to do is free diving. I'm in the water. I'm with the marine life. The idea of living in a cold climated country is just wild. And so the whole move to Canada, the amount of trolling I got from my friends going, you going to Canada? You beach bum? Anyway, so fast forwarding from that, we took about, okay, let's backtrack. So we were trying to buy a house, right? So we were living with my in-laws because we were saving for a house deposit, and my husband was saying that, well, maybe if the house is not the goal right now, maybe we should rent, like move back out and live on our own again, because living with parents can be challenging as well. And so I said, all right, well, why don't we, find a rental and we'll sit on it for a little bit and then we'll look into this Canada thing. And he didn't sit and wait. He started researching right away, and we were saying, well, one of the first things that we need to find out is, are we eligible to apply? Because usually the cutoff is 30 for a lot of the visas.
30 as an age?
Age, yeah.
Really?
And he was already 30. And so he comes back one day and he goes, well, they literally just changed it this year from 30 to 35. We're like, okay, well, let's look into this. And so coming from a world of, we were just getting so many obstacles and blockages in our plan of trying to buy a house versus the whole process in applying to come to Canada, it was so easy, the whole process coming to Canada. It was like the doors flung open. It couldn't have been any more obvious that this is what we're supposed to be doing and this is of God. And the amount of praying and confirmations I demanded from the Lord is unreal, because I needed to be convinced that this was of Him and not my mind and my thoughts, because realistically we were giving up a good life. Giving up a successful music career. There was nothing wrong with our lives or our careers. We were just bored, literally. So I needed to be sure to give it up, that for obedience, that this is of God. And so I had asked for many confirmations, and I got them. And it was just a sense of peace the whole way. And so the process of applying for Canada, the processing time is usually between 6 to 8 weeks. It processed for us in 12 days. It's almost 12 hours because of the 12-hour difference, right? So we would submit whatever documentation they wanted the night of one night, and then the next morning we'd wake up and it's approved. And so every time we've done it, there was like 12 rounds. I remember specifically 12. So it was almost like 12 hours if you were to stick them all together. And so that is just wild and unheard of. Like, people wait months and sometimes years to be able to be processed, to immigrate like that. It was just, it moved faster than we were able to process it ourselves. And we hadn't even told our family that we're even thinking about potentially moving to Canada. So that was a whole wild thing. And so when you walking into the unknown and you don't have any support on the other side, what do? I just leaned on God more than I have ever leant before. And I was just like, like I said, I need to be sure. And you need to show me the way step by step. And he did. And all the things that I didn't listen to, it didn't it didn't work out. So it's been a very important part of my journey all my life, but ever since from then, because it's just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation, even every day living in Canada, that God's hand is on us and in our lives because of just how easy it's been for us. Like, we haven't looked for anything. I haven't looked for my job that I'm working at. It came to me. Everything came to us. It was just like you can't not say there was a divine intervention, right? So, people say all the time, like, wow, Astrid, you've only been living here for 5 years and you've achieved so much. You've done so much. You're such a go-getter. It's such an Aussie thing. And I'm like, well, maybe some of those things might be true, but I know for a fact it's because of God. We're meant to be here. I don't know what what it is. I don't know if I ever will learn what it is. But that's how we ended up in Canada, specifically Toronto. Like, it was very specific, Toronto. It wasn't Canada, and then you discover where. It was very specifically Toronto. So, so to answer the question, it's a very important thing in my life, and it's the first and the last. And yeah, I live a very peaceful life.
That's beautiful. That's so cool. And yeah, it's yeah, he shows up,
He's so good.
Yeah, so good. And
Yeah.
that's one thing with me too. And like I was telling you, I think before we started doing the show, like there were a lot of changes in my life that needed to be done, and obviously, yeah, I did have God in my life back then, but it was just nothing like now, and the moment that I just, told him, hey, listen, I can't do this anymore, like, take the wheel. He definitely took the wheel, and definitely it was challenging, because it's, having God by your side, or I guess allowing him in. As beautiful as it is, it's also very challenging, especially with me and personally, and yeah, man, he doesn't. We can go on about this forever because it's just
forever. Yeah, it's giving up the control, right? And it's walking in the unknown constantly. And that's a very uncomfortable space. But I've kind of learned how to become comfortable with discomfort. I recommend it for people.
Definitely. Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, it does help. Does help alleviate a lot of anxiety, or just general anxiousness that people might carry. You can't control it anyway. You can't control the path anyway. So get comfortable with the discomfort.
You have to learn to love the pain, like they say in the gym. You gotta learn to love it. And
but it's not always pain.
No,
right?
Of course not.
It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's the unknown for the most part. It's like we in everything that we do, we can foresee the future, even if it's just in the next hour or whatever. To not know what that is, and to put your whole life and your career on it, it's a scary thing. It's a very scary thing. But I must say that I have had the best influences, my parents, and my parents have done it twice.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, twice. And before that, they've moved cities in South Africa. They lived in Southwest Africa and Namibia before I was born. And so moving to New Zealand and then moving to Australia, my parents have done it. And my parents are people of faith. And my mom talks about her faith all the time to you. And so it wasn't strange to me. And so then also it wasn't scary to do the leap to move anywhere. But it is scary to do it because God said so, versus we have a desire to do something and you're doing it. You're asking God to come along and you're asking for his guidance and that kind of thing, versus he interrupts you in your day-to-day life and says, hey, you're going to do this now. And you're like, I don't understand. Are you sure, man? Is this my thoughts? Is this of you? That is, it's a scary thing. And
Of course.
yeah, but I'm glad we did it now because we're very happy here.
Well, you guys are doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
You know, it's definitely not easy to do what you guys did, but you guys did not come alone. You know, and he's a perfect example. You know, to always leave it in his hands. We might not understand it in the moment, but we will definitely in the future. So thank you for opening up and, you know, telling us about that part. Do you have a question for me?
Do I have a question for you?
Yes, whatever you want.
I did. I'm trying to remember if I asked you this off air or not. Why did you start doing the podcast? Like you said, it's to do something different. But is that really the reason?
Yeah, it was again to throw myself into the fire. You know, I've come to realize that I work better under pressure. You know, and like I did mention off the camera, I've always been behind the scenes, right? I've always been the one directing or producing or this and this, and I've never been a fan of the whole camera talking and stuff. Like, I still can't believe that I'm talking in front of a mic. You know what I mean? Like now I'm able to do weddings or Sweet 15s by myself. Right? Obviously, if they're smaller ones, right? But before, I would always have to hire people because I couldn't. I remember when I was younger, my MC was running late, and all I had to say was, ladies and gentlemen, please start taking your seats. And I couldn't. And I went to the bar to get a shot to try, you know, and I couldn't.
So when you say you couldn't, like you were crippled by the idea of doing it?
Yeah. I remember I went under the table, and I was younger. I was like, I don't know, 17, I think.
Okay.
And I couldn't. So like, you know, like many people know, obviously the pandemic was very difficult for a lot of people, right? But I also do believe that the pandemic was also a blessing in disguise for many of us. For me, you know, definitely for me, because the main reason why we got this office was because we were doing live streams every single Saturday with my partner, who was the main host and everything. And you know, I guess doing it, you know, so many times and everything, I'm like, it popped up in my head during the pandemic, but I just didn't do it, you know. But then it just got to a point where I was already in the whole transition of like wanting to do better with myself, you know, with my health, with my choices, with the alcohol, with all that stuff, you know. And one day something's like, just do it. Just throw yourself in it. And I literally went on social media and I went on my story and I purposely posted it on there where I'm like, hey, I'm doing this to hold myself accountable. And I you guys know that I don't do this, but I want to do it. And I remember the first episode that I ever did. And the first episode I did, I was here by myself. It was just me. And I remember I had the starting soon ad, right? And I was already live. And I remember 3 times I unmuted the microphone and I put myself in front of the mic, and 3 times nothing came out.
Oh.
And I'm like, 3 times and nothing. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I muted the thing and I screamed. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why? Like, why am I bothering to do this?
Right.
And I still don't understand it, you know, because it's now I'm getting a little emotional because the conversations that I've been able to have with people, you know, it's number one, it's shown me more, you know, more to learn about people that I thought I knew, but it also taught me more about myself, you know, and I was able to be a bit more vulnerable and talk, because I've always been someone that, like, we could have conversations like this for hours and I won't get tired of it because it's something with intention, you know, it's something that there's purpose behind it, right? But yeah, like I think I told you before too, like I've broken down on the podcast. My guests have had moments, you know, we've had conversations about things that we couldn't even think about having before, you know, and hopefully I'm not steering off with the question or with the answer, because it's just, there's so much to talk about that. But
sure.
yeah, I'm grateful that I'm doing this now because it's again it's allowing me to talk. It's allowing me to see things differently, and then I'm learning things about people. And like I've said it in the last couple of shows, it's a reminder that we're not alone, right? Like we're not doing life alone. Like we're literally the same people dealing with the same things, but just tweaked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like podcasting, like as well, it's so important. To have platforms like this where we could have conversations that sometimes you won't even hear about anywhere else. So yeah. And again, sorry, I don't know if I answered the question,
No,
but
you did. You did.
yeah,
You did.
it's just it's
That's awesome. So there's been a transformation that now you can speak into a
Yeah.
mic,
Yeah.
and you can do it spontaneously,
Yeah.
and not have to feel like it has to be scripted. So
Yeah.
that's huge. That's leaps and bounds, because you said that you've been doing this for a year, right?
yeah, about
Yeah.
about a year and 7 months. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And like
Good for you, man.
yeah, and then
good
like
for you.
and then for example too, like a lot of people in the beginning of the podcast, like when I started having guests and everything, like, Jonah, why don't you sit beside the guest? And I'm like, yes, I could, right? But I'm like, I don't like copying what people like doing, like what people do, number one. And I'm like, number two, this is my world,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm like, I want to do something different, something that I'm comfortable with. And people don't know how I want my things to look or how they
Mhm.
want them to sound or whatever. I do,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And then on top of that, I'm not going to ask someone to come do this for free.
Right.
You got to pay them, and there's no budget for this right now,
Sure.
So
Let's start somewhere.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So we have everything here, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Let me do it, So
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like-
you're doing great, man. You're doing great.
yeah,
Like
thank you.
Like you're doing it all. So
Yeah.
does the audience know behind the scenes with what you're doing? Like you are both now. You said I'm
Yeah.
usually behind the scenes, but now you're in the front, but you're still behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
Just live.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing? Talk us through it. What is happening behind your screens there? You have two screens,
I have two
and
screens.
you have a screen above the two screens.
This is a light.
Oh, that's a light.
Yeah,
Okay.
the same one you have there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have the mixing board next to you. So
Yeah.
for people that don't understand what goes on in the land of podcasting,
Mhm.
because there's cameras, there's audio, and then there's all sorts of other things.
Yeah.
What is some of the stuff that you have to take care of
Yeah.
aside from being the host?
Okay, so before I answer that question, this conversation has been so amazing. It's been 2 hours and 13 minutes that no, it's beautiful. I love it. But I have sponsors that have paid me to
Okay.
promote their things, right?
Yes.
But this conversation has been going so great that I forgot to play these ads and stuff. So let me
Okay.
just go do a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back, and then I'll answer all these questions, all
Okay.
right?
Sounds
A very special thank you goes out to our sponsor, Wash & Co., your mobile auto detailing business. You want to get that car clean, get all that gunk, all that salt off the car after this crazy weather here in Toronto? Make sure you give them that call, our 416-807-4261. Follow them on Instagram at washandco.to, and let us take care of the rest. Ciao. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion season number 2. Like I mentioned, we want to give a very special shout out to our official sponsor of the show, Bradley Meats. Bradley Meats has been serving the community for well over 10 years. It is a family-run business by father and son, and they provide premium cuts of meat sourced from local farms at the best prices. Everything from skirt steak, veal, short rib, T-bone steak, Colombian and Argentinian sausages, their famous chimichurri, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bradley Meats. Give them a call at 905-669-7583. Visit them at 445 Edgeley Boulevard, unit number 4, or give them that follow on Instagram at bradley.meats. Once again, this is your official sponsor, and now let's get back to the show. Anyway, so we're back. So sorry about that, Carlo. I know you're not watching because you're probably sleeping, but I'll be honest with you and I'll tell you, hey, listen, I forgot because this conversation was amazing. But I forgot the question you asked me. Oh, the behind the scenes. Yeah, so I actually have 3 screens. You can't see the other one. My laptop is right here.
You fancy.
So I have the music on this side. On the left side, I have my questions. I have the YouTube as well, just to check, to make sure nothing's dropping. And then in front of me, I have the program, which is called OBS.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so OBS is a free program you can download online. And yeah, just pretty much I'm just, doing that. And obviously I have the digital board now. Before I had an analog board. And I just wanted to switch it up because I want to, I want to have that gate. I want to have more power and stuff. I might actually get a smaller board just because it's difficult moving, turning around and stuff. I want to have it beside me. But yeah, it's a lot of moving pieces. I also have the chat here so I could see everybody. right? Whenever they're chatting.
So what do you physically do behind the scenes that people don't see that allows them to see what they see on screen now?
Okay, so
where's the camera? So we have 2 cameras.
Right now we have, so there's 3 in total. So you have 2. So let me show you. So for example, this is my camera right here, which is on top of my screen. Hey, how are you? This is Astrid's camera right there. And then normally, if my co-host was here today, then I would have had him on this angle. Where are you?
Over here?
This angle right here. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I'm pretty much just switching.
So how are you switching?
The program. There's a button here where it's
OBS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's options here. So I could do either a fade like that, or I could do a swipe, or I could do a stinger.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's different ways of doing it. And again, all this stuff, I learned this during the pandemic, right? Because when we started doing the virtual stuff, like my partner literally sent us a message in the group chat, and he sent us a picture of. Oh, let me change the camera. Here I am talking to myself again. Sorry. He just literally sent us a picture of the keys, and we're like, "What's this?" And he's like, "I got an office." And we're like, "For what?" And he's like, "Just to go all in." Like, again, same thing. Just throw yourself in there. And we literally renovated everything. We got a new floor. We painted everything. We cut the walls down, painted the ceilings. And then again, since there was nothing to do during the pandemic, I just literally just YouTube, to see how OBS works and everything. And then, like I was mentioning to you before, I have the marketing company with him, which is called Oye Latinos. And then I had to learn how to use Canva, right? So that's how, for example, those ads that you just saw right now, I made those ads, right? So yeah, it's just literally, a lot of stuff. Yeah, just OBS is a very powerful.
It is
very powerful system.
I used it also in COVID during the pandemic in Aussie. I was doing a little live stream thing as well before coming to Canada. It had to stop because I was moving abroad.
Yeah. Would you ever do it again from home?
Yeah. Actually, it's been on the forefront of my mind lately. Maybe because I was going to guest here. That was really fun. It was a lot of work because much like you, I was doing everything. But we were doing live band. So we were doing live shows. And then we'd feature an artist every week. And then we would interview them as well. But it was more about the music and a little bit of the interviewing versus the other way around. And unlike you, we start with, I think during the pandemic, shout out to Uncle Wayne Antioch, who I was doing this with. He had I think there was like a PreSonus interface you could get that you can plug your phone into.
Okay, yeah.
And it would live stream. And so that's literally how we started the first time. And we were supposed to be moving to Canada, and then our trip was delayed because of the pandemic. So we were homeless, carless, gearless, all of that stuff, just living with my parents this time. And they have a beautiful property, and they have a like 2 acres backyard or something like that. And so we just sat in the garden and just played some music and just streamed it, and that started on the phone. And then it just morphed into this ridiculous production. By the end of it, we had PA systems, we had people physically there, we had screens watching the comments, we had 3 different cameras. We bought the Black Magic to switch between the cameras. We had a lighting person, and Mom was cooking food, and I was doing all of that at first. I was doing the sound, I was manning the live stream. It was on Facebook back then when we did it. I would cook a pot of something, and we would all have a feast after the live stream.
So cool.
And manning the sound as well, mixing the sound for our ears in real time, and also mixing the sound for live stream. It's a huge trial and error thing. It just got so out of hand. But the beautiful thing, which is why I have such fond memories, is not only was the music great and the conversations were great, it's what it did during that time is that it brought people together in a different way, because everybody was unemployed.
Of course.
So I was doing virtually all of it by myself, and my husband just has this heart to help people. If he sees something and he thinks to himself, if you just had this tool, it would make your life so much easier, he'll go find that tool if it exists, or he would just make it himself. That's the kind of person he is. And so he saw ways that he could help me to ease my efforts, because it was just getting more and more of a big job, and we're both just people that are very techy. We get excited with tech, and we had this one camera, and then we were like, well, if we had this camera, then we can do this, and then now we need to get two of them, and they have different angles, and now we need to get three. It just, like I said, it gets out of hand, but you learn the programs and how it all works, and we were completely self-sufficient, and so it included my family. So my sister and her kids would come over in the afternoon, and they would, help rake the leaves around in the garden, because that was the backdrop, and that was fun for the boys because they were six or something like that. My husband was doing the lighting and the aesthetics, the staging kind of thing, and my mom ended up doing the cooking, and my dad was, oh, that's right, my dad used to make these bonfires in real time, and they had what they called bandicoots. It's a rodent. I don't know what to describe. It would look similar to, but they used to run around in the garden, and they started to become friendly with us because we were there every week, and there's food around and stuff like that. They weren't so skittish to be around, and so they used to run in the vision of the video, and my dad is building the fire, and that was just fun conversations for the online community. People tuned in from all around the world because a lot of people were unemployed and going through some bad mental health scenarios, right? And it helped them, and people used to comment and say, oh, I was bathing my kids, getting ready for bed, and we're listening to you, and to hear the reactions when they comment this and we say, oh, hi, shout out to whatever, and then it just makes somebody's day, or right. So it was that it brought people together, and then people that weren't involved, as things were opening up where you could gather in larger groups, people started to message me and say, hey, can we come and sit live? And so it just ended up being like a little weekly party, small little party around this bonfire, and we all would just feast and just laugh and talk a whole lot of nonsense. And
so you guys did it outside?
We did it outside.
That's awesome.
Australia.
Yeah. That's wicked.
Yeah, we did it outside, and it's still live on my Facebook. Unfortunately, my Facebook got hacked, so my artist page, my Astrid Ripepi page, I can't access it anymore, but the videos are still up there, and you can actually see the transition from the first video just being on a phone in portrait, because I don't think we could have done landscape for some reason. It was in portrait, and versus where it ended up by like the 16th week that we were doing it or something. It's just leaps and bounds and crazy, and it was just stupid, the production. There was subwoofers, there was top boxes, there was fires, there was Mac computers to watch the comments and mixing the sound, and the rigs that we had was just crazy. In terms of the instrumentation that we decided to use every week, was just, it became something for myself and Wayne to look forward to, and it became something for our little following that we created to look forward to, because it was featuring a new artist, and who is this new artist, and that kind of thing. And that was really fun, and I have really fond memories from it, but particularly because of how it brought people together in a new way. And it really goes to show how people really longed for live music once it's taken away. So go and support your friends.
Amen.
Come to the jazz room, right?
Yes. Next week, Thursday, 1 week from today.
It's right. So that was a huge lesson. And the reason why we one of the reasons why we started the live streaming was to kind of keep our chops up so we didn't lose it. Yep. And it just morphed into this beautiful thing. And from there, it morphed into these little house parties. And I said as a joke, I said, hey, we can gather as 10 people or whatever. Or I think it was something like 7. It was less than 10, going, anybody want to book me for a little private party? And I was joking. And
it worked.
I got people saying, yeah, we will. So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll come to your house and we'll do the social distancing thing. And we had a very small setup, just be amplified, and we were just taking donations of what people wanted to give. And
that's so cool.
It was just to go and play for people. And we got so busy. We had a gig every week. Then we had 2 gigs every week, plus the live stream during lockdown. And again, it just people wanted to support and people wanted to give, and because they can't go out to live entertainment or spend their money on things that they normally would, they wanted to give. And so we ended up opening up a virtual tip jar, and people would donate whatever they wanted. And then when there's a group of say 10 people or more, it adds up really quick. So we were getting paid pretty decent by the end of it. Between me and Wayne, we were just doing these duo shows, and I tell you what, those house gigs was more fun than doing the resident gigs, because the people wanted you there.
Yeah.
They came and they gathered together to have a party because we were going to be there, and the reception was just so different. And then when things opened up back to normal again, we really missed it. We really missed the house parties. But yeah, what a wild time when you think about COVID. But also huge lessons.
100%. It was, again, like I told you, to me it was a blessing in disguise, you know, and yeah, like even we did the exact same thing that you said, where we actually did a live stream, and it just so happened that there was a very famous actor singer that was actually here filming a movie with Kevin Hart and Woody Allen. And this singer is Cuban, and they just told us, hey, listen, he's down to perform, you know, to do something live. And we're like, let's do it.
Okay.
So we took all the gear, we took everything there, and then one thing led to another, like, hey, you want to have, should we have some people in the background, but just keep it quiet? And I'm like, okay. So it was only supposed to be, again, because we weren't allowed to have a whole bunch of people, and it was in Scarborough, right? It was at a venue, and again, back then, you could get shut down, get tickets, and get in trouble, right?
Okay.
From, I think we agreed to 40 people, turned into like 200 and something.
No.
Yeah. And we never got caught. It was beautiful. It was awesome. Like, the performance was amazing because, again, it was intimate.
And then everybody got sick. No.
Probably. I don't remember because I was drinking, so probably the drinking killed it.
Oh, I see.
Who knows?
I
But
see. Okay. So it was a little bit of a blur as well, if you're saying, with the drinking.
yeah, no. I was
Okay.
good. Okay. But definitely, I was just trying to be funny. But no.
You weren't funny. I'm joking.
No, I remember I actually was a little bit bothered with my buddy who proposed us the idea, who had the artist, because I'm like, listen, we're not supposed to be doing this.
Oh.
Right? We're not supposed to, and to 50 people, and then people just kept showing up, and we're like, what the hell? Thankfully, again.
People wanted it, right?
Yeah.
People were longing for this live music.
Yeah, and yeah, it was awesome.
Well, you made 200 plus people happy that night.
Plus everybody at home. I remember at home, because mind you, we used to stream on Twitch, and when we started doing the streaming every Saturday, we used to get 2,000-3,000 people.
Wow.
We used to, so Twitch used to tell you, like, for example, I think the most that we ever peaked on Twitch was about 600 people, but that's 600 people times everyone in the household, right? So every weekend, every Saturday, we had a different theme. So one Saturday, we had a beach theme. So we'll tell everybody, hey, transform your living rooms into a beach, and then send us pictures, and then you'll win a prize.
Oh, wow. So it was engagement as well.
It's 100%. Like, even New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, we gave away a PS5.
Wow.
Yeah, we made $7,000 in one day.
Holy moly.
Because we were charging $20 a name for the slot, right? And we did it was New Year's Eve, so we did 9 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Twitch pays American, right? So with the biddies and everything, we were making money off of the biddies, and then we're making money off of the sponsors that we were make the designs for, and then the tips, and that's what literally helped fund all of this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, what a story.
Yeah, trust me. It was like, it was so crazy.
Yeah.
And then, like, even here too, like when you weren't allowed to have people here, it would be myself, my other partner, and Nico would be there, and then we'll have all of our friends over there playing poker or this or whatever, and yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, definitely. It was awesome. Hopefully it doesn't happen ever again.
No,
because it was very
no more pandemics, please.
No more.
No.
But yeah, so we're exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes into this. So we're going to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, if you don't mind, let everybody know where they could follow you, you know, any upcoming projects. Obviously, you could talk about the event again. And then we'll end off with a beautiful last song of the night. Okay. Right? Because if we don't cut it off, we're going to keep going.
Right.
And going.
But I do want to hear some of those questions though. You said that you were saving the comments.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
Um, if you want to.
No. You're right. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. What artist would you would you most like to meet, and which artist would you like to collaborate with? And if anything, is there an artist that has which artist has influenced you the most? So let's start with the first one. Who would you like to meet and work with?
There's of course many, but let's pick one. I would love to work with Pharrell.
I worked with him.
You didn't.
Yep.
Okay, we have to elaborate on that later.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would love to work with Pharrell. It would be a dream to work with Rodney Jenkins. Is it Jenkins? Darkchild?
Okay.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Quincy Jones. I said one, but I said three.
Yeah. Quincy, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome. Okay, now who would you want to? I guess who was one of your biggest influences, musically?
Let's dial it in a little bit more because there's influence on so many components, right? There's piano influences and there's keyboard influences and vocal, songwriting, etc. I'm going to pick voice.
Okay.
My greatest influence is Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Have you ever seen her live?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, that's
actually,
amazing.
I played for her VIP guests at the show that I saw her at.
Wow. That's so cool.
I don't remember how I landed that, but I just remember having the opportunity to play at her show, but for her VIP guests. And then we got to see the show for free afterwards. And yeah, I did get to see her. It was, she had a tantrum on stage. Yeah. She threw her mic. Her mic onto the ground, and I think it was real. It seemed real.
Did she walk off and come back, or
yes.
she didn't come back?
She walked off and came back. Yeah.
I wish I was not the engineer for that show. Well, thankfully I wasn't.
Well, no, you wouldn't want to be because she told off the lighting engineer twice.
I wouldn't doubt
Twice. It's like, mate, get it right. If she's gonna say it once, get it right. Yeah, she wasn't happy, but I think during that time she had just divorced Nick Cannon and she was touring with her kids, and so she was in her feels. So it seemed, yeah. But no, I got to see her. We never would have been able to meet her because she's just completely untouchable.
Of course,
you can't even get into a close vicinity.
Yeah.
You bet. I tried.
Yeah. No, as long as you tried, and you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
It could still happen again.
Yeah, she's my greatest vocal influence. Yeah.
And keys?
David Page.
Okay.
In keyboard land, he plays for Toto.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, he's probably the biggest one in keyboard land, and then piano is would be Hiromi Uehara, who's a jazz pianist.
Right.
I don't play like her, but at all. But she's an inspiration in how she approaches her songwriting and how she plays the instruments and how ridiculously fast her brain and ear processes melodies in real time.
Send me her name after, because I definitely want to look into that.
Okay. Yes, I will.
Yeah, because if you're telling me that, then if you're good, and imagine her.
She's out of this world.
Okay, amazing. Let's see, was there any other questions? No, I think that was it for now.
Is it for now? Okay.
For now, yeah, because if you keep going,
I know.
I'm going to ask you one more question, and then obviously you could talk about, what any upcoming projects that you have, like next week and everything, and then we could end off the show with a beautiful song. But this last question is, so what I normally do with this question, I ask it to everybody, and I pretty much tell them, when I ask you this question, just envision yourself in the room with that person alone, and just look into the camera and just say it to them. So the question is, who is the most influential person in your life, and how have they impacted you? So again, just pretend it's just you two guys, and just look in the camera and say your thing.
Wow, most influential person. And how did you say?
How have they impacted you?
How have they impacted me? I don't know if it's cliche, but for me, it's my dad. Yeah, I think about it. I think about this a lot in my current age. There's a lot of his teachings as a kid that I find myself practicing today. And there's just been a couple of nuggets that he's given that I sort of recognize, that sort of echoed and something I think about regularly. And one of them is uh, don't wait for anybody to pursue whatever you want to do. Go start it. Go do it yourself, and you will find your people along the way that's like minded doing so. That's one big one from dad. So my dad, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for that. I don't know why the OBS just stopped, but it's okay. We're back up now.
Oh,
interesting.
Oh,
second time it's happened.
Because it's saying "shut up, get off."
No, no, definitely not. Because it turned back on. So it was a tease. But thank you for letting us know that. Let me change the camera here. So yeah, again, thank you for being here. Let everybody know again the upcoming projects that you have, and obviously, talk about the awesome event that's going to happen next week.
Yes. So before you said social media, where you can find me platforms wise, I am most active on Instagram, Astrid Ripepi, and you can find me on Facebook too. But in terms of Facebook is just something that I share what's happening to. Instagram, I'm a lot more interactive with stories and that kind of stuff. If you want to engage, yeah, that's pretty much the only platforms I'm really active in. I'm not a TikTok girl.
Me neither.
I'm not Twitter/X either. It's pretty much just Instagram. Honestly, if I wasn't an artist, I don't think I would have social media at all.
Same. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Not a fan of it.
It's a necessary evil
Yep.
for the kind of work that we do. But yeah, and next week is the Because of Her show at the Jazz Room featuring Alyssa Dupuis and Kiara Leah and myself. We're doing a series of female artist covers who influenced the industry and how they influenced us as artists and songwriters, and we're also going to do some of our original music. It's going to be grand. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be intimate, and you're welcome to come along, and you can get tickets online.
Amazing. Thank you for that. So again, Astrid, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
This has officially been the longest one.
Wow.
And I love it. It's listen, I haven't even asked you a lot of the questions that I had sent you because the conversation has been flowing and
okay.
It's a good thing because then that means we have a part 2.
Oh, hey, come on now.
So hopefully,
if that's what the people want,
why not? Why not?
Part 2. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's an honor. That's actually one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Just real quick, can we do one more?
Go for it.
Why did you invite me? What compelled you to invite me as a guest artist? And I asked this question because when you asked me, I didn't have the things that's in the works now. I wasn't writing new material or hadn't released anything. So in my mind, there wasn't anything that was necessarily a pull to plug. There was nothing to plug. So why? Yeah.
Well, like I said in the beginning, when I said the introduction for you is just your energy. You know what I mean? The obviously again, I met you in your element, you know what I mean? But then obviously just chit-chatting here and there and everything, and then obviously we would bump into each other at other events and stuff, and just like I wanted to pick your brain, but I wanted to do it in a way that I felt comfortable in, and in a way that I guess I could showcase everybody else, with everyone else, you know what I mean? And again, you are a gifted artist, a gifted singer, gifted everything, and like there's a reason why you're here today. There's a reason why I'm here, and I don't know. I
just cause.
Yeah, just cause. Like it's just why not? And again, 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's a reason why that it's gone that long. And I just again I wanted to get to learn more about you and your story and everything behind it, because I do believe that yes, music is super important for all of us and everything, but I also believe that as musicians and as people that live in the world of the arts, you know, it's there's so much more to us than just on the stage. You know what I mean? And I believe that that's how we make connection. You know what I mean? Obviously, we didn't talk too much about the mental health just because of the whole conversation that we've had. But like, that's another reason why I want to do this platform to have conversations like that, because I know it's helpful. Because, like I said before, you know, people sometimes we think that we're alone and we're not.
That's right.
You know, and you know, I guess I got that vibe off of you where I'm like, I think it'll be awesome, you know, and it has been. So yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully I answered the question.
Thank you. No, it did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm so honored, and I really, really am. I'm just really honored to be here. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me and allowing me the opportunity to tell my story and showcase some of my music, as scary as it is. Even though I've been doing this forever, but it's still scary, and it's good, right? It's being comfortable with the discomfort. You know what I'm saying,
course.
right? Yeah. So thank you. You're doing an awesome thing here,
Thank you so much.
and you're making a difference.
Thank you.
That is reason alone to keep doing what you're doing. So thank you for providing a platform for the opportunity to happen.
Of course. Thank you. And again, like I said, this is not going to be the last one.
Okay.
Definitely, you know, going to be a part 2, and hopefully we can get the gang here and do a full show, because that's actually one thing I want to start doing here more often, is actually have more of a group feel, you know what I mean, and just hang, and then have a couple of songs, you know, have a song or two, and then hang again.
The gangs, as in the Usual Suspects.
Of course.
That's what you want?
Hell yeah.
Man, you could have just said, Astrid, don't come alone. Bring
No.
me.
That's for you first. We'll deal with them after. Ladies first.
That's right.
But if you don't mind, could you just play some things in the background so I could just say bye to everybody and let them know what's going to happen?
Sure.
Whatever tempo you want, do whatever you want, and then I'll feed off of that. But let me just change the camera here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion. We did go on for 2 hours and 42 minutes, and the music that she's playing right now is perfect, because I feel like I can keep talking forever and ever. This is your conscience speaking to you. No, I'm kidding. Make sure you buy the tickets for next week. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had an amazing time, and I hope to see everybody here next week. Next week, Tuesday, I have my brother Diego Reyes, who started off as a chef, as a sous chef at a Michelin star kitchen. Now he's actually the head chef at Toronto's #1 French kitchen, and he's doing his own pop-up. There's a lot of influence with Ecuadorian culture and stuff, and I'm super excited to have him on next week. But like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Lights, Camera, Accion. And please support your artists. You know, follow them, give them that share. Just support music, because we need it. It's made by God, and it's sent by God, and it's our obligation to always uplift the things that are made by God. And you know, that's another reason why I wanted to have Astrid here, because she is a gift from God. And the gifts that she has, that God gave her, you know, bring a lot of happiness to everybody. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for tuning in. And we're going to end off the night with a lovely song that Astrid's going to go ahead and make it happen. All right. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week.
So this song is a new song. This is why it's scary. 'Cause nobody before has heard it. It's the first time. But the song is about my story. The big move to Canada. So people ask me, why did you move? And I really hope I can play them the song one day. Don't you worry, this is not a part of the song. See, you think this was my decision. The common question is, oh, why would you give up paradise? You see, I believe in Jesus. And he said, back up your things, be on your way. I already spoke to your husband. Go book your flight for just one way. So who am I to hesitate when he paved the way for our journey? Let's get on a plane, baby, you and me. The calling is across the seas. A suitcase is all we need. Layton Beach for the maple leaf snow fall on Christmas Eve and booting in the summer breeze. It's good vibes and change of scenes, just you and me, baby, that is all we need. All we need. All we need, you and me. So here we are, the other side, in COVID time, a water ride. My faith and doubt was side by side. His voice reminded, you gotta trust in me. So all my worries are left at the foot, at the cross, in the house, in the car, and the job came to us. No begging, no pleading, no fell in the lap. You're so easy, it's like you're shining on us. Every step of the way, every inch of my day, all the lives that we changed. He is king and became, and the enemy tried to place two up against, but we were covered by his blood in Jesus' name. The opportunity and new communities is beyond anything in our wildest dreams. It's the happiest mama we've ever been. Now maybe you can see that's why we had to leave. So we are meant to be. We are walking in our calling, and we are thriving. I'm glad we got on that plane, baby, you and me. The calling is across the seas. The suitcase is all we need. Let's trade out Layton Beach for the maple leaf snow fall on Christmas Eve and booting in the summer breeze. It's good vibes and change of scenes, just you and me, baby, that is all we need. We are blessed, yeah, yeah. We are blessed, yeah, yeah. We are blessed, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are blessed, yeah, yeah, yeah. We are blessed, yeah, yeah, yeah. We are blessed, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. That's my song, that's my song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was crazy. Later, guys.